disguised as a staff member coming. Should I ask for Yoshi?
Yes, actually though. Asumimasen, Yoshi-san wa doko desu ka?
What doku desu ka?
What? That's Yoshi-san wa doko desu ka? Where is he?
Yeah, no, I can do the Yoshi-san part. I was practicing the other part. God,
Yoshi-san wa doko desu ka? Yoshi-san o hanashitai desu.
One Piece treasure cruise.
トレクルトレクのというガチャゲームを話したいと思います。
最強。
最強一番ゲームです。Alright, now we've lost our Japanese audience. The whole, like, two of them. Let's fucking go, dude. I mean, I'm speaking facts.
He's putting some translator up for me. Hang on. See what he's got.
There's no shot you've actually asked this employee. There's
Yeah.
no...
Well,
There's
I'm through glass, so I've got to put it on my translator, and then
there's
he's
no
typing something.
shot. There is no shot.
Card game. He said card game.
Yeah, Chigo. Different.
What card game though? We're looking for some One Piece treasure, One Piece card game.
No, we're looking for Treasure Cruise, not the TCG.
What's Union Arena? That's what they're playing.
That's a new
What?
card game that just came out. It's got like JGK, Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
it's
it's a
like a bunch
shonen?
of different ones.
It's
yeah.
a shonen one. All right, fair. Just
Oh,
say
but
nice.
there's like Idol Master as well.
Oh, I'm in, boys. Idol Master, that's my
what
shit.
time?
So I'm really out here talking to the Bandai employees. That's crazy. The real Bandai
Yeah.
spy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Hey.
Damn.
He's called live. What the fuck? Oh, shout out to
Bruh.
Live Translate. Bro, that's a security staff. That doesn't count.
Yeah, I want him to let me in. There's the only one here. Look.
You're not allowed in.
Open 9:50. All right, I'll be back. All right. Arigato.
I'll be back.
Oh, wait, what is it? It's only 9 o'clock there, right?
What's going on here?
All right.
Right. That's hilarious.
Oh my god. My days. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 90. 90, the 9th anniversary. It all lined up of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. We are here today to discuss the almost 9th anniversary shenanigans. And I don't know how much of the pre-ep I'll keep in, but, you know, live from Japan, Bandai headquarters. Stump, can you hear us? Can you hear us down there, mate? How's it going?
Yes, hello, boys. How you going? Hi.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm here at Bandai headquarters.
Yeah, we're good,
Very
mate.
nice.
We're just asking, like, have you been able to intercept Yoshi as he enters the office today?
He's in his gold palace, counting his rainbow gems at the moment. He said come back at 9:50. So
All right,
hopefully
so
we'll have some more info
all right,
once he's done counting all those rainbow gems.
We will cut back to Stump. In the meantime, we will continue on the podcast episode, but we are looking forward to seeing if Stump can intercept those 9th Anni celebration units in due course. But until then, you have to deal with the usual suspects of Flame, aka Mr. Honkai Impact, Star Rail, Genshin Impact, I don't know. You have Knight, who is still in pocket, which I disagree with. And you have Toadski as well.
Yo.
Back in Australia for the first episode in a while.
Yes, sir.
We have a lot to talk about today. A lot of discussion will be held. So, you know, everyone sit back, relax, grab a snack, or, you know, enjoy your commute to work or however you end up listening to these episodes. But I think we should just get right to it with a legend that was very forgotten. Treasure Map Legend Bonney. Did anyone remember this legend came
that
out?
happened.
So, Legend Bonney, I just jump straight into these things because why the hell not? Legend Bonney is a Psy super class fighter free spirit. Treasure Map Legend, so Treasure Map exclusive. Just jumping right into it. Captain ability of boosts Psy fighter characters by 5.4x when they have a recovery slot, 5x otherwise. Boosts the HP by 1.2 and makes recovery slots beneficial for the crew. Slightly boosts the chance of landing on recovery slots. Turns int into recovery slots. Allows recovery slots to be consumed with perfects. And when this character taps with the recovery slot, boosts the color affinity by 0.5. Applies a 1.5x increased damage taken to all enemies. Boost the color affinity of Psi fighter characters for 1 turn based on the number of recovery slots used prior to launching your special. So it starts off at a 2.25, then a 2.5, then 2.75. Changes the attack multiplier of recovery orbs to 2.25 for that turn. Super class changes all slots, including block in recovery. Sets chain boundary between 2.75 and 40 for 1 turn, and changes super fighter. And then quickly, her support ability, once per quest when using an orb manipulating special, locks the chain at 2.5 and for 1 turn makes recovery slots beneficial for the crew on any of the worst generation, including Blackbeard. And her Pirate Rumble targets driven enemies for defense down level 5, targets 3 enemies for 2.2x attack. If time is less than 50 seconds, targets large range enemies for 2.3x damage. Pirate Rumble ability, Psi allies receive attack level 6. If time is less than 50 seconds, Psi allies receive defense at level 5, and driven enemies receive attack down level 7. Very average Legend. It's just straight average character, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's interesting. I think she probably has one of the best superclass specials in the game, to be honest.
I would, yep.
It's pretty nuts. A full board of recovery slots through block and a 2.75 chain boundary that caps at 40.
Is 40 the highest we've seen now?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. And like all you need is just one of the supernovas. So it's pretty easy to fulfill.
Very easy to do, yeah.
I think on paper, she's really, really good. Like, really, really good. It's just kind of like, why? I know she's a treasure map legend, but she hasn't really seen any, like, crazy, like, oh my god, Bonnie's so good for this.
Correct.
But I do think that if we do get an int super boss, she could be very, very good, especially with all of the new, like, intimidation mechanics and all of that sort of stuff as well. Or if there's an interrupt for chain boundary.
Yeah, that's a good point, Also, it's actually really interesting because her captain ability boosts by 5.4 to recovery slot, and then her special changes the attack multiplier of recovery slots to 2.25. So you're actually getting a really big damage boost from.
You know what's actually kind of cool about this is that a lot of time in like super bosses, when you're up against an int boss, a lot of the time they allow you to do increased damage taken because like they want you to use the Sai Yamato, and this unit can kind of replace that in a way, which is kind of
that's 100% right actually.
Yeah,
good point.
Kind of neat actually. And like if you're able to get the max color affinity to 2.75 and then you get a captain ability to buff it to 3x, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, massive. And you can hybrid it with that Snake Man from Film Red.
Oh yeah,
so you can
Snake.
Yeah, so you can get the super type, super class if you can put together some fighters and you can get all your damage from Snake Man.
Damn, Bandai actually kind of cooking. Hold on.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean. Like, she's very good.
Yeah, but then it's a TM legend. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's content exclusive. Yeah, there's no content. Like, let's. I agree with giving credit where credit's due, but at the same time, it's just like this was such a weird release to me as well. Sure. Like, because we were all anticipating the TM silhouette to be Queen, at the time, and it ended up being Capone. So that was a bit of a shock to a lot of people as well.
I think a lot of people said Apu as well.
That would also have made sense.
And then we got the Legend Apu as well, which kind of like threw it into a bit of a.
I forgot his legend.
Oh, you forgot to add it to the
I forgot he existed. I really had to go through my brain that I was like, there's no Legend of Pooh. Todd's lying to you. And it's like, oh no, wait, he's that int dude. He's actually a really sick Rumble character, actually, in all honesty.
Yeah. So. He's good in Rumble.
But I mean, like, she's good. And I think, like, at the end of the day, I think a lot of characters end up shining when it comes to Super Boss. But I still, and I mean, obviously we'll get into Pirate King Adventure later, and I think that'll be an opportunity for a lot of characters to potentially shine, depending on how they run the content as well. But for the most part, this unit is kind of dead weight, and it's just an extra booster in Treasure Map. That might be controversial, but it's kind of the truth, unfortunately.
Pretty much, yeah.
So like,
I think she has potential in Rumble, I feel.
I tried using her in Rumble, but like, Sai's in such a strange place at the moment. They need something. I don't know what they need, but they need something. I've been seeing a lot of like Straw Hat Crew Resurrection on the Sai team because the int team has been kind of brazy.
Oh my god, the amount of int support that they've been giving is just absurd. So much int driven, like bro, just chill.
Relax, man. Stop that.
They do need to relax.
Otherwise, yeah, like it's kind of an average character. Like I don't know,
All right,
like
ratings.
Yeah, I think that's about it. You know, solid 7.5 from me, I reckon.
Yeah, I feel like 7.7.
Ooh,
actually, well, maybe not. I'll bump it up to 8.2. I think she's actually pretty
that's
good.
That's a 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5 extra. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
8.2
for the color
pretty
affinity.
good.
Yep. What about the rest of the
Yeah,
the peanut gallery?
Mid.
From the Peanut Squad.
Yeah, from the Peanut Boys.
Yeah.
Flame said mid, so that's a solid 7 out of 10 anime, so that's fine. We'll take that.
I'll get a 7.5.
Okay.
For...
And from Stump D Sweat.
I think she's really good. I give her about 8.5.
Oh my days, this guy.
Yeah, I think when Kazuda comes around and you have like an int boss, partner up with something like Nami, and you can do some crazy stuff.
That's just because Nami's goaded. That's not because Bonnie's goaded. Come on.
Yeah, but
come on.
You know,
I'm trying to give
real.
some wins out where we can, right? You know, it's just what it is.
Nah, I think she's good. I like her.
Beautiful. All right, moving swiftly on to another character, our third dual unit 6+.
Oh yes,
Bartolomeo and Cavendish, or Hakuba, as some people are called, as it technically is. What are you guys' overall thoughts? I don't know if I want to run through this because
it's a lot.
It's a mouthful, but I just want to say I definitely got it right. I swear it was in a podcast ep that they would be doing the, gains extra damage from the defensive buff thing.
You did say that last episode. You did.
Nah, you see, we got to listen up. We got to fucking listen up, boys. Let's go.
Yeah,
you did.
I'm goated.
I am kind of annoyed that he only does it in his dual captain though.
Yes, correct. That's horrible.
I have a question about that though, because with Yamato, you get a buff icon to say that you're getting that ability,
right?
But with Barto Cavendish, it's kind of just built into their captain. So
can you stack?
Yeah, but I don't understand how the stacking mechanic would work in that regard. But
I think
is there potential there?
I think it'll just base off the percentage of the damage reduction, no?
So it just sort of it just cancel each other out and then just be the same as what if you had the buff or if you don't have the buff.
I actually have no clue. That's actually a really good point in all honesty, because it's weirdly how it's worded. Because when I first read it, I was like, this makes no sense. There's is it like when you become the combined captain, it pops the damage reduction buff as like a buff icon, or does it just embed it in the captain ability? Like it didn't really make, because all it says is when crew applies % damage reduction buff, converts the buff to a damage reduction base attack boost for 1 turn.
I think they really try and force you to really just use the switch effect of Barto Cavendish as the damage reduction. So you have this switch, use their special, then use another special that does damage reduction, and that becomes a % damage reduction base attack boost. And because you have the damage reduction of their switch, which is 50%, it becomes, I think, is their super swap 50%?
Yeah. If you get their super swap and then use their special, and you've taken 30,000 damage, you're popping with 1 unit. It's like the cat dog effect. You do a lot just with 1 character. Downside is it's only driven.
Correct. And I feel like there is an interesting thing with these recent super evolutions where I haven't really run into the issue with it yet, but they're really kind of hammering down if you don't have this character at level break 5, this character's pretty shit.
It is. The unit is actually very poo.
Yeah, it's not the best.
The unit's actually really bad. At non-level limit break, it's a 5x, 1.2 HP, makes strength dex a quick beneficial, and reduce damage by 30%. It's just
a very basic captain.
That's a really shit captain. It just is.
Yeah.
So you really need to get these dupes for these older legends. At least you get 2 free dupes from Rumble, which is kind of nice.
I like that. I mean, obviously it's good, but at the same time, not to get not become a piece of shit, but it's not that good as well. It only gets you to level 2.
It's just crazy though, because Cat Dog just are the best. I don't know why they made Cat Dog so good.
Because now it's just in my head, it's always is this character better than Shank's Crew 6+? And the answer is always yes, because it's just
chain locks. Just why they hate on
Chain log
Shanks
is
so
such
much,
an
man?
L. Chain logs is such an
Just
L.
give
for
my
that
boy
unit.
some love, like Kuzan
Chain
and
log-
Jack, and then you go and do that fucking Shanks crew, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's kind of dog shit.
6 plus Jack
Still.
LLB, the best in the game. Come on, dog.
Still hurts.
I will say though about 6 plus Barto and Cav, I've actually been using them in Rumble a little bit.
Yes. So have I. The tanky slasher team destroys the Pell Dex challenge. So anyone out there that's struggling with that challenge, chuck Shanks crew, Cat Dog, and Barto Cavendish on the same team, and you're cooking.
Uncle.
Of course. And you need Roger Whitebeard. You do need that. But yeah, it's a good team. It's actually very consistent. It goes up against a lot. It's super tanky, and it's got healing mechanics too. Health cut, damage through defense, CT increase if you run Strength Odin alongside them as well. Like, team's super good.
Yep. Be careful in Grand Party, homies.
Yes.
Well, see that team a lot.
All right, I'm gonna have to slide into the Stump DMs again, man. I need help with Grand Party shit. I need some good teams, man.
Dude, I hate Grand Party so much.
I hate Grand Party so much. It's such a shit mode.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I love Grand Party.
Because you're a sadistic human being.
Yeah, go for it.
You're a sadistic man.
I'll take it.
This guy's got too much money to fucking splurge around, man. That's why he's got fucking money to blow. Speaking of money to blow around, though, version 13.0, lads, it's here. That's it. Here's the podcast. It started, everyone. The podcast has officially begun. That was just the teaser point. All right. 13.0. I'm gonna kick it to the Peanut Boys because that's your name now, I suppose. Have you guys seen it? What are your guys' thoughts on 13.0? If you've seen anything yet, or are we gonna kick into it? What do you guys think?
I've seen a little bit of it. I didn't read anything about it because I kind of wanted to hear you guys break it down, and then I can give my thoughts on stuff on it. But some of the stuff looks like typical Treasure Cruise shit. But
That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it.
Typical Treasure Cruise.
I want to hear the full breakdown before I give my thoughts.
Night, are you gonna remember to say we're gonna Sugo rush into the Q&A? Is that your job today?
Yikes.
Yeah. When we get there, I'll say it.
When we get there. All right, let's break it down. With the version 13.0 update has been released into One Piece Treasure Cruise. My days, that's a mouthful. But we have 3 major talking points from the 13.0 update. And those being Pirate King Adventure, the new game mode in OPTC. We have the Rush Sugo Special. And we also have the new features to the Shipyard. So there will be our 3 talking points to begin with. I think we just start from the very top and work our way down with the Pirate King Adventure, the new game mode. All right, before we get into the nitty gritty, what is everyone's face value opinion of it so far, from what we've seen and what we've got?
It's kind of like pseudo treasure map in a way.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, the thing about it though is it's not a competitive game mode, so you can really just take it at your own pace, which is the good thing about it.
Yeah,
and I kind of like the fact that it does incorporate Rumble and normal gameplay.
Yep.
And at least just from the tutorial that we've experienced thus far, through the tutorial, there's 2 mini bosses you have to face, and then there's the final boss in the map. And essentially how it worked is you face the first boss, they give you a team to play, and the debuff is very basic. And then when you face the second boss, it's the same debuffs as the first boss, but with an extra layer added on top of it.
I didn't notice that.
So it's kind of what to expect moving forward, and you can kind of just build up from your team that you've already built.
Yep.
So if that's the way that the bosses in the gameplay is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty fun as long as we get the info about what the debuffs actually are before the boss starts.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's my point. Yeah.
It seems fascinating. I kind of dig it at the moment, but of course we haven't had the official release yet, so we can't really say too much. But at face value, I think it will be okay.
Stump, what did you think? Face value.
The pseudo treasure map thing is pretty much spot on for me.
I think it's got a lot of treasure map vibes to it. But the upside is that one, it's not competitive, so you don't have that kind of like have to play mentality, stress, and it doesn't use gems. It uses Schmeat. It doesn't use gems. So like getting more stamina, and I think there's a cap on it, so you can only use a certain amount per day.
Yeah.
But I think that's huge to incorporate that mechanic in the game as well, because lots of people were using it for blitz and stuff like that. Like you'd use them there, but like unless you were like real sweaty, you've got so many meats stored up. So it's a good way to use them. And exactly what Todd said as well with the leveling up of the debuffs. I think that's a way better system than just making the boss more tanky. Like we have Kazuna already. We don't need to do big numbers anymore. Like big numbers are nice, but changing the team to use different units or allowing players to still complete the quest in the early stages with other characters that do less turns of the debuff, I think it's a really good idea, especially with like that new Luffy coming out in the Straw Hats, and you have like every debuff covered with those Psy characters, so you could at least like pop off if you're a new player to just do the early stages, and then if you do some summons and you build that up and go from there. So I have high hopes for it, but like I'm not going to be like sit there and be like, this is going to be the new best game mode in the like to ever see. So, but I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah. All right. So PKA, the way that it works is there's a bunch of hexes on the map, and you kind of move through the map. There's a variety of different styles of events and aspects to it that you can kind of work through. So these being the battle hex, so that's clear a battle to get treasures. The boss hex, which is the final boss, I believe. The bonus hex, which provides you boost the trusted character effect, which is actually kind of interesting, and gives you items. The rumble hex, you have a rumble fight. The favorite hex, you can obtain favorite items of the Straw Hat characters. The treasure hex, you can obtain statues of the Straw Hats and other treasures. And the event hex is you can encounter Straw Hat events. These hexes kind of litter the map, and it's your job to navigate your way through the map in order to get to the final boss and then defeat the final boss. From face value, I think it's going to be a very interesting kind of style of game mode. It seems, so from what we're aware so far, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it's like a seasonal thing as well. So it does reset as far as we're aware right now. My question is, because we have the buddy leveling system. So the way the buddy leveling system works is you get these statues of the Straw Hats as you play, and then you can feed them to the characters as like a power-up system. And the Straw Hats will then give you a passive type bonus, which means you increase the amount of damage you're dealing when it comes to that particular color. But then they also have the ability to give you, during that event hex, if, for example, Luffy's, I think a good one is Sanji's event hex, is if you get him to level 3, which we don't know how much it's going to cost yet, and you feed and you spend 6 of his items, you can get a plus 60% damage boost to all types with his event hex. So I guess it would be interesting to find out, will these reset season to season? Or will these be like a passive thing we level up over time? My hunch is that they might reset season to season, which would be kind of lame, but would kind of also make sense, I suppose. Yeah. So, like, maybe you want to stock up on the statues and not feed all of them if you're not going to use certain things, or stock up on the items and not use them all the time.
Right.
But I was under the impression when you get the statue, it automatically feeds it in.
Yeah, I think
that's how it works. Sense. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, if you could store it, that would be actually kind of crazy. But,
yeah, that'd be nuts. So
could you imagine, like, you start a new season, you spam all these statues, and you have like 50% bonuses across the board? It'd be crazy.
My annoyance with it though would be that if it does reset every season, it's not fun to like go back. I mean, obviously you have to go back to level 1 anyway because of the boss level stuff will have to passively increase over time as well.
Right.
But I guess we'll wait and see on that. But that's kind of like the main gist of it, and that kind of wraps up the favorite hex, the treasure hex, and the event hex. They all kind of like coincide with each other. The rumble hex, like we said, is a rumble match. The bonus hex here is actually pretty interesting because it you can land on this hex for a boost, such as boosting trusty characters. So there will be trusty characters the same way that Treasure Map and Kazuna have them as well, but I believe it's going to correlate to the end of month banners. So, as spoiler alert, this event is taking over the end of month Turtle Isle, which in my opinion is kind of controversial. So like, that's not positive in any regard. But that's how that will work. And then you have the battle hexes where you'll earn rewards, and then the boss hexes where you'll like increase the level. So assumingly so, we will get these green tickets, so similarly to the Kizuna tickets, and you can spend them in a shop to purchase turtles and cola and stamina meats and such as well. I don't like that. I think the rewards are so lackluster. At least as of right now, we don't know what the rewards will be on map. They could be incredible, they could be not. So we'll have to wait and see. So defeating a boss on the map will increase the defeat level depending on the boss's level that you fought, and that will just passively continue to increase. The stamina works in a 1 PKA run will use up 1 stam. We have a total of 9 stamina at the start, and that is how many you can store. And it will recover by some amount daily. So I'm assuming it recovers 1 stamina per day. That would make the most sense, but it takes 24 hours to recover the stamina.
I wonder, like, as well, just about the stamina system, because the way that it kind of looked on the screenshots that we've seen is there's like 9 or 8 bubbles or something.
Yeah, 9 bubbles.
So I hope that it's not like every 1 step on the hex is 1 bubble.
I think it's 1 run. So I think it's the entirety of a run
one
is
map?
1 bubble. Yeah.
That would be good.
Because if this resets monthly, let's assume, you have, like, you can then get to a max level of, if we're saying 28 days is generally a month in Treasure Cruise roughly, you can then clear 28 levels plus the initial 9 minus 1, so it's like 36 total levels, give or take. That would make sense for just like passive upgrading. I mean, the highest level we've seen so far is level 32, I believe. So I'm pretty confident in saying 1 run is 1 stam. If it was 1 hex is 1 stam, that this game mode's fucked, because it takes. We don't know how long it takes to as from the screenshots, it's like a 24-hour countdown, but we don't know how much that actually increases. Does it increase it by 3? Does it increase it by 1? You know, that kind of stuff. And then also you can use 1 stamina meat or 2 small meats, big pause on that one, to recover 1 PKA stam, and the number of meats you can use to recover is limited by, but will reset daily. My hunch on that would be maximum 3 per day. That would be my guess, but even that's maybe pushing it as well, because 3 runs of it, like, to do the initial 9 on day 1, and then to recover the stamina and then do another 3, to do 12 on day 1 would be a lot. But I think that would kind of make sense as well, because 3 seems like a pretty consistent number in Treasure Cruise in terms of like recovering stuff. Ticket exchange, like we said, you complete the battles and you get tickets, and you can exchange them for similar items relating to past event characters. So here's the big kicker. So in the ticket shop, the same way the Kizuna shop works, the same way the treasure map shop works, you can use these tickets to redeem characters. These characters include all of the Psy Straw Hats, so you can now level limit break 5 all of them if your heart desires. You can go in and purchase the invasion characters. You can go in and purchase the previous Blitz characters, and then you can go in and purchase the most recent monthly event characters as well. But with that being the case, we no longer have end of month Turtle Isles after this last one being Marco, and we no longer have invasions. They are being removed from the game as well. How do you guys feel about that overall?
Wild, bro. Wild. That's just wild. I think the shop has a lot more value than what we're giving it. But like, yeah, removing content, it's just backwards.
Yeah, completely agree. Like, they shouldn't be taking content away from us. They should be like, keep it there. Like, surely it's not that much effort to build a turtle island for the month, right? The reward systems are already there. You just have to keep it as it is. And maybe it's the fact that, you know, if they have Turtle Island and Pirate King Adventures, maybe they think we're going to get too many rewards. Maybe that's the reason why they did it. I don't know. It just seems very weird.
So my mentality on it is that it comes back to the letter of the grind, right? I still think that they, for some reason, think that this Turtle Island is too much of a grind. now.
Yeah.
Especially because they previously considered arena and raids to be grindy, but then we still have things like treasure map, which is the biggest grind that has not been, that has been supported a little bit. So like it's like you can get to the 10 mil point in less real time, but it's still a lot of effort regardless. Removing invasions is dumb because that was our only sole way for people to get colored skull drops. Like, I understand that you can get the required colored skulls from Kazuna's shop, and you can get them from the Rayleigh's Bazaar, and you can get them from the Kazuna boxes. However, a new player coming into the game does not have the Ray points, does not have the Kazuna insignias, maybe won't even get to box 7 to get the rainbow skulls or to get however many they need. On top of that, a new player coming into the game requires more than the provided skulls to 6+ all of their units as well. So removing the ability for players to get free-to-play items is ridiculous, in my opinion. On top of that, removing the turtle event as well means what is going to happen to all the turtle event rewards that we were earning, right? 50 gems a month. I believe it was like 3 or 4 red tickets a month, a gold key, limit break materials, level limit break posters, cola, berry. That's all being removed as well. So I would be interested to see how they incorporate those rewards, because remember, the total month rewards got buffed because GARP challenges got removed. So they will have to, they'll have to do something in that regard to bring them back in some capacity, because they have to. 50 gems a month for free, literally, is a lot of value for a lot of players. On top of that, Kazuna Box 7 no longer gives cola. Removing the turtle aisle means you can't auto the 30 stam to get cola drops as well. When it costs 15,000 cola to max out your ship, and we don't have the ability to freely farm and earn cola, I think that's a bit backwards in my opinion as well.
Yeah.
Those are the elements that I'm very upset about. Again, we are speaking on very face value, because maybe PKA drops 1,000 cola a day. Who knows, right? I doubt it, but who knows? So I agree with Stump. I think we are not giving the ticket exchange enough value, but I guess my mentality is coming from an early to mid game player's mentality who doesn't have the Ray points to just go purchase the 500 cola pack, who doesn't have the Kizuna insignias to go purchase the skulls. Removing content to bring in this kind of content, you have to hope that PKA is the saving grace of Treasure Cruise. You really do. Because even on the idea of stamina and using stamina meats to play more, again, early to mid game players don't have that capability of doing so. Fatty whales like ourselves, we have 300-400 stamina meats stocked up that we're just going to pump into this game mode immediately and get all the maximum amount of rewards and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I guess that's where my mentality comes in. Like, I'm happy to take any criticism or whatever it is on that, but it's, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. But to just finalize it, completing a run, defeat the boss will complete one run of the game. If you defeat the boss, you'll receive the defeat rewards of that boss's level, provided this is your first time reaching that level. That's interesting. So does that mean it caps at a certain point? Or does that mean we can go back and verse lower levels? Who knows?
Yeah, it's really weird how they've, like, how you can, like, alter the level of bosses that you can actually challenge. Yeah. And I think because with the when you encounter Zoro and you give him like his item, he, like, can
+3.
He can, like, buff or change boss levels or something. Yeah,
by
it's
6
weird.
At max, by 6, which is a lot.
Yeah, so I wonder if, like, the higher the boss level, the more rewards,
I think
like,
so.
the more tickets you get for doing it. So there's probably benefits to doing that, and especially if you've got a more established account, challenging higher boss levels at a faster rate is probably more beneficial overall.
Yeah. I think, like, if we can take, I mean, obviously the tutorial, mind you, that tutorial was probably the most effective in-game gameplay tutorial they've ever released as well.
Oh, 100%.
I just
yeah,
want to say,
really good.
Like the fact that they said, oh, this is a debuff. This is what you use to remove the debuff. Blah 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 blah. Like, you know, this is despair. Let's remove. Like, that's all really good. That's really really good stuff for the game. I think it's going to allow people to get into the game a lot easier. But if we can take the when we defeated the boss, we got a reward screen that popped up similar to the treasure map reward screen that had like the Straw Hat characters and that had the new Jinbei and like that kind of stuff. My assumption is that that's what will appear, but it will be like a variety of art. Maybe it's gems to coincide with the reduction of gems from Turtle Isle. Maybe it's more tickets, like you said. So hopefully like it's a good sum of rewards and it does exponentially grow, not linearly, as we've seen with the new Kizuna update recently. So I hopefully that's the case there. And I think all there is left is the favorite hexes, which is like the items and stuff. If you want to proc the actual event of a unit, you have to like give them as many as they require. So I think like Luffy requires, Sanji's like 2, 4, and 6 at max level. Usopp requires 9 at max level, but his one is actually sick. He can minus the boss's HP by 60%, which is actually insane. Like, it would make it way easier to clear. Nami gives you more treasure hex options, which is great. So more rewards, which only requires 3. Zoro increases the boss's level, which I think will be an interesting one. Because, for example, if I start at level 1 and hypothetically I popped Zoro level 3 and I cleared level 7, does that mean when I get to level 7, I no longer get the level 7 rewards?
Maybe it just scales up. So like if you beat, let's say like you enter like map 3 and your level and your boss is like level 3 and let's say you buff it to like level 5, and does that mean that like when you go into the next map the boss is automatically going to be level 6? Like it just starts scaling up from
That's
there.
a great point as well.
That's what I was thinking, but then wouldn't you technically lose all of the rewards from
that's
1 to 7?
Maybe you get the rewards, all the rewards for clearing it.
That'd
be wild.
That'd be busted.
I think I don't know. I guess it's gonna be interesting to see how these like do these like buddy effects only work on the current map you're on, or will it work like for the duration of the month, the season period of PKA? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But I think that's about all that I wanted to kind of cover with PKA. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to jump in? I mean, now Flame and Knight have heard me go on my tirade for 12 minutes there. What is everyone's final thoughts or just overall thoughts on PKA as a whole, I suppose?
I mean, I thought it was funny nobody mentioned this, you know what I'm gonna say already. New game mode, you know what that means, right? New Sugo Fest. New Sugo Fest exclusive.
Nah, in theory, the quote-unquote trusty character list has already been said to be the end of month batch. So we hope. Exactly. So we don't know for sure yet, but I do think that there could be a boss that releases that has like, because we have an XP boss, we have an berry boss. You could see one that increases PKA drops or something like that. That's like the extent of it that I would see, but hopefully not.
I mean, we gotta see what they do, because a lot of the stuff with this game mode, it's not out yet, right? So
pretty much.
Like just hindsight, we're just kind of guessing right now. So I mean, we probably have a better take on this, next week or next episode whenever we do Treasure Cruise again. But like you guys were saying, I mean, new game modes are always fun, like before they come out, but removing content, that's
backwards.
That's the worst thing they can do, because with a game that's already lacking in stuff that you can do, to remove the stuff like they've already been doing, like Coliseums and raids and forests and all that other stuff. It's just like, it's kind of weird, especially with the level limit break system and how like dire need of people are with turtles. So to kind of also remove that's very awkward.
Correct.
So this game mode, like you guys were saying, could be like make or break, because if it isn't providing enough materials for players to ascend their characters and whatnot, then it's just you're just be there unless you're just buying packs and whatnot, which hopefully that's not the route that they're going.
No.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do because it's been
100%.
quite a while since we've had like an actual game mode. You know, PvP is autoplay.
Yeah,
really.
Grand Party doesn't count as a game mode. It just doesn't count as it counts as an event.
So yeah,
Mai,
that's how I feel about it.
What do you think?
I just have to see like how it goes with because it's just you only have like a limited amount of plays to get a day, and then but you can like refill with like a meat, right?
Yes, limited amount of times.
It's capped though.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of forwards and backwards in a bit.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how many that plays out.
Yep.
And then like what happens after like you beat everything and like what's required.
That's I forgot to mention that. I think that's an interesting point as well. Like, is there a cap or does it just keep going up, or does it just stop at a point and you can just keep grinding out the map and just like keep earning rewards but not the final boss rewards? Because like from that indication or like where it said there before, it was like you only get the rewards for the first time you beat that level boss. So like, does that mean it caps at, let's say, level 35 and you can just keep pumping the runs into that level or whatever?
Yeah, because you can still get the map rewards, right?
Correct. Yeah, 100%. So like, it'll be interesting to see if there is a cap. Do you guys think a cap would be bad, or do you think it would be good, or how do you feel about like if it said, all right, level 30 is the max level it can get to? Like, you can't go any further than that. You can't earn the end of boss rewards, but you can still earn the map rewards.
The cap, if there was a cap, that would be so boring. Like,
I'm not about a cap.
Again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite. I think a cap would actually be a good idea, because then it kind of means that players know what to expect at the final point, and those players that are like trying to grind their way up and don't have the established accounts can kind of anticipate what the next thing would be.
The way I'm looking at it is that they're removing the point farming event every month. Like there was no negative to that point farming event.
Correct. It was all positives.
Like at like the beginning, we were like, oh, boosted characters, that sucks. And then like the Pappy auto strat came out, and it was just like there's literally no negative to this content. So if they put a cap on like the PKA, and you can't just continuously get more and more rewards in terms of like a scaling effect.
Yeah,
I think that would just diminish your gains compared to just running actual content.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see content that's got like you get like 15 turns paralysis. It makes you use like, and if it's a strength loss, it makes you use like Magellan. Like it'll really open doors for those older characters that have those strange mechanics. Because like, let's be real, you're not going to bring a whole bunch of debuff removers for 15 turns paralysis. So you kind of shoehorn into using like that. Yeah, pretty much. So I think that would be a really good way to bring back some of those old characters without slapping here, have 10 copies to make this character good again.
I think the reason why I think a cap on it would be a good thing is because the way that I think that they're going to do it, and the reason why I think there will be a cap is the rewards you earn from the cap will equate to some capacity to the total rewards, right? The way that like the Chobman mission stopped at 500, and then everything else you earned from that was just turtles or cola. And I think that this will work in the same sense because the bosses in the middle of the map still drop green tickets and other rewards as well. So you can still grind it out and earn the green tickets, because in the shop you can purchase cola and turtles on top of that too. So the reason why I think that it'll cap at a certain point, and then the cap will coincide with, because 9 is a very obtuse number of stamina to give. I thought you'd go like 5, you'd go 10, but 9 is a bit weird. So I feel like it'll be some sort of derivative of 9. Like, I don't know what the word is, but like, like it'll be like, it'll be divisible by 9. A multiple. I said derivative. I'm going to fucking specials maths, man. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a multiple of 9 somehow. So I think like 36 makes sense for me. Like that would probably be like, that'd be one of them, I suppose. So because 36 would mean like, like it covers a month and a little bit extra, and then there's leeway, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what the rewards are, because they need to smash it out of the park with the rewards, to say the least. If they want this to be the new everyday, you log in and you play this.
How do you guys feel about there being a shop for it?
So many people have so many mixed opinions on it. People are like, fuck, another shop. But I think, like, it's fine. But I think my opinion will be created when we know how many tickets we get from every run.
Yeah. Especially for those people that like need like the beginner players or like people that have missed a lot of those characters.
Yeah.
Like how hard is it? Yeah, how hard is it going to be for those people to get those units? Because even like trying to get like old Kizuna units or treasure map units for beginners and returning players, it's very difficult to get all those.
Yeah. So
I just don't.
Sorry.
I just don't understand why they put the characters in the shop. Like, give us materials in the shop and just leave it at materials. Like, we have a recollective archive. Use it. Like, put the content for those characters.
I forgot about that. Record
you hear
archive's
about
dead.
that?
Like, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's like, why remove ambushes? Why don't you put them in the archive?
Well,
like,
they've actually just straight up stopped giving us recollection tomes from login rewards now.
Yeah, like
so they are killing it.
Yeah,
they are 100% killing it.
Yeah, like as a new player, like that's a huge.
That's really bad though. Stopping the recollection tomes because you can only do it like you have 200 stam and they're really shitty people and they've made it awkward. So the numbers are like 30, 60, and 100 is what it costs to actually like open up content, and the content only lasts an hour as well. So like you have to be really focused to go and regrind content. You have to be really like diligent with that. So I don't like. I agree, Stump. I don't understand if you're gonna go all out, kill the Reco archive and put everything into PKA, or don't put the characters into PKA and put them in the Reco archive. You can't split it like they have now. It's so backwards to do that.
Yep. Yeah.
It's but I don't know. We'll have to. Any final thoughts? Last going once. Going twice?
I'm just excited.
All right, you know what? Let's be happy. End it on a high. Did you say you're dead? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. God damn. All right. Going once, going twice. Sold. You know what else will be sold? My soul trying to get these Rush Sugo characters. Yes! Another potential ability.
Let's Sugo rush to the Q&A.
We're just skipping the rest of the pod. That's it. I'm so excited for another potential ability where we're only get 3 gold tablets in a year. Yes! Yes! Dude.
That's the best, yo.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna read it verbatim. Again, I want to shout out to Godot for compiling all the information. The GOAT. This is a potential ability. To launch a Rush Sugo Special, you need a certain number of HP and meet a tap requirement. When active, you will be in a rush status when your HP, where your HP is spent while you attack. Depending on the number of successful attacks, you will gain additional boosts after the attack. During rush status, your attack multiplier will be replaced with a rush effect multiplier. This multiplier varies depending on the character. Rush taps are not like standard taps. Certain effects such as Super Tender will not be triggered. Aside from the first tap in the Rush Sugo, all other taps will be classified as either a chain tap or a finish tap. Only one Rush Sugo can be launched per turn. HP reducing effects like poison slots and other sources of damage can still kill you, so be careful. Rush Sugo Special will have a special animation that'll probably end up being thrown away after the second character. You can skip them by double tapping. If you try to launch both a Super Tandem and a Rush Sugo at the same time, the Rush Sugo effect will take priority. So the Super Tandem will not trigger. Playing your taps wisely. Effects such as Toy Bears will not aid in activating the Rush Sugo Special.
Mm-hmm.
What an interesting mechanic. Another
great baby.
It's already shit from reading that, because the fact that we can't stack this with Tandem was obviously a very specific move. Made
it doesn't.
By them.
I'm not sure about that. I'm in the boat that you I think you can.
But it's going to be such an... You're going to have to build your team so specifically there.
Correct, yeah.
Specifically.
We're kind of already doing that, right? With like clashing of Super Tandems. Like, I've been shouting at people, like, don't max your versus Yamato if you've got a max Nami because they clash. Don't max your Ben Beckman Lucky Roo if you've got Shanks maxed because they clash.
So we're kind of already in that sort of kettle of doing that.
Like,
but imagine if you could stack these two mechanics. Like, imagine if you could stack like Super Tandem with this new rush ability. Like, what the hell?
But that's what I think that should occur, though. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
You know, we have all these abilities, we have all these mechanics. Again, why are we limiting what we can do? Let me rush Sugo into a Super Tandem. Like, play both animations. At the end of the day, they say animations, but what? Most Super Tandems now don't even have an animation anymore. So, like, the animation's irrelevant for the most part. Like, I don't know. And then also the element of, like, the multiplier will be different to the chain multiplier, I think is what it's going to be like. It's going to be a different attack multiplier.
Yeah, well, we just don't have enough info on it right now. But yeah, it has potential to be, like, absolutely wild if it keeps adding to the chain with each tap. Like, my God.
But, okay.
Remember that ASL batch? Imagine that.
True. And, chain captain's going to go wild.
Yes, sir.
No, chain locked in the bin.
The captain that's going to go wild is fucking Buffalo. Buffalo with the chain combo mechanic. He's coming back.
Anni Legend is a combo legend.
Buffalo and Baby 5, they're coming, baby. It's time.
Oh, let's go. I'm coming too.
Hey, pause.
Pause.
Days, blood.
Knight coming back to the game confirmed.
Hold on. Is this Anni exclusive? Anni exclusive?
Oh.
Okay. All right. Riddle me this. What differentiates this from Super Tandem?
It's Russian.
Okay, all right. Other than it being Vladimir Putin.
Well, Super Tandem requires you to have a tandem orb.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on. Keep going.
And it looks like Super Tandem looks like it buffs your whole team, whereas this looks to be only single target.
Okay.
Just the unit itself.
Keep cooking.
So the way that if it can work this way, ideally, when you're doing your burst turn, you activate Super Tandem with your first 2 to 3 characters.
Yep.
Then you get your rush special to launch, and then you end on a final tap. That is the most ideal way to get it. Dream. So if you're able to get, like a Super Tandem, a Rush Sugo, and then end on Straw Hat Crew, probably not going to happen because Straw Hat Crew, they're being power crept with other Straw Hats.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It has potential for sure. It's just we don't really know too much about what kind of abilities we can get from Rush. How beneficial is it going to be? Like, is it just going to be increases your attack of the unit and that's all it does? Does it give you a beneficial effect? Does it increase the chain? Does it amplify your attack and all buffs? Like, we just don't know.
My further question would be, do you think that this is something, because it says in the image, which obviously we take it with a grain of salt, by spending HP you can deal more attacks if you miss a tap the rush ends.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean we can just continue tapping so long as we have HP available?
I believe it'll be a cap.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the way I would think it is.
Because if it coincides with HP, because have you not noticed a lot of the recent Legends have had pretty big
They're like
HP
1.5 times, yeah.
So
maybe it's like you lose 10,000 and then if you have 100,000, you can add 9 taps.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the Rush Sugo won't let you die in the quest. Even if it did, that's crazy.
That is hilarious.
But I feel like part of me wants to believe that we will be able to to keep tapping so long as we have the HP available to do so. And
that's the other thing as well, is is the HP cut flat HP loss or is it an HP cut?
Because it might be a percentage cut. A percentage cut would
make
the most sense, I suppose. And maybe you can't go below. I would guess that the special itself will have obviously it'll say exactly all of it in its ability. Like minus is 10% HP, caps at blank or whatever it is. Maybe it says something like that. And then my other question would be how does this coincide with features such as for every perfect you get 0.5 recovery, pinch healing, that kind of stuff. Because if you're able to rush Sugo rush and so Rush Sugo, and I'm just gonna call it RS.
But then again, right? Like, what if Rush tap, like a Rush tap, is different from a perfect? So pinch shield.
I think it is actually. I think you're right. It is meant to be.
I would say it's like a hobby tap.
Yeah. Makes
Interesting.
sense.
And that's why they've specifically mentioned sugar.
But it also says sugar will not aid in the effect activating the Rush Sugo.
Yeah,
so it's weird.
Yeah,
sugar stocks at an all-time low.
And bro, down
sugar,
bad.
man. Why did they kill her? Like, why did they? She had potential, man.
Hey, pause. Hold on, run it back. Pause.
Hey,
child.
Yo,
yo, me, no, you can calm down over there.
Hey, man, mines are legal.
Hey, no, moving on. How do you guys feel? I'm not even acknowledge anymore. How do you guys feel about it being a potential ability?
I don't like it.
Amazing. I love it. You know, we always get those tablets and dupes, you know, you can get those from the tickets coming out, you know?
Yeah,
Rush,
dude, let him know.
Rush to those dupes, yeah? Rush to that.
Rush to the Sugo Fest, man. It's like Pokemon Go to the polls. It's Rush to the Sugo Fest, mate.
Man.
Right?
It sucks.
But yeah, it's so amazing.
Shit. It's not great.
It's not great. It is so bad.
You think we're getting a new ability next year?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
That anniversary, we're going to get like some super duper tandem or some shit like that. I don't know.
Ooh. Next year we get the golden tablets.
Yeah, we get the golden like regular tablets now. We got one of them a year.
Yeah.
It just sucks because I was hoping that PKA would actually be a way for us to purchase things like tablets as well, and potentially purchase like level limit break posters and stuff like that too. And the fact that, as far as we're aware, we can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like take all those characters out and put those things
put tablets there. Bro, imagine if once a month you were able to buy like a gold tablet, or like you could buy like they had a stock of tablets and you're able to just purchase them once a month with the green tickets.
Yeah,
I think if you put like a Sugo limit break poster of one color every month, I know that's not a lot, but it's enough. That it's an extra one you get every month, right? And like that helps their limit break system.
Yeah, because if you had put one, because I think right now a lot of like level limit break is like, because we're in a bubble where like a lot of the people that we know obviously pull a lot or had a lot of dupes prior. So they have a lot of like, tickets. Exactly. It's like, you know, that have like level limit break 5 and stuff. Like, I think that the Sugo posters were meant to be this like this strategy to allow people to do it as well. But the fact that you need 9 of them, and what do we have now? Like at maximum we have like 50 something of each color potentially. I think at this point,
pretty rough.
Like you can only max a total of like 5 or 6 characters then when there's like over 210 legends. Like it doesn't equate well enough, I suppose, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Like, so I hope that the shop gets better over time, but it won't, because that rarely does happen with these shops. But I don't know. Rush Sugo, I guess.
You know what I just thought?
Well, here we go. Go for it.
Remember, like, back in the day, way back in the day, like almost 2 years now, when they introduced the beautiful shop where we can buy legends from the thing, and they said we can buy items. Yeah, the metal exchange. They said items. You can buy the Rush. You can buy the Rush tablet there, but it costs, I don't know, how much did that yeah, like 20K.
Medals. It costs like 10,000 medals to buy one tablet.
To Zoro, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not even going to ask Flame what his opinions are on this, because we already remember them from the Final Tap episode and the Super Tandem episode. Yeah. He's asleep. Don't worry, guys. Flame's asleep again. Anyway, thanks for that input,
little Flame. Buddy.
Thanks for that input again, Flame. We do really appreciate it. This is the guy as well who said we're going to record an hour earlier, because that's our usual recording time. Mind you, just FYI. I'm putting this guy on smoke right now too. We had the caveat of recording an hour earlier because Todd was going to stream after the podcast. That was the whole point of it.
I don't think I'm doing that now.
All right, awesome. So either way, it didn't matter regardless.
Flame says he's in the kitchen.
What's he cooking? Ask him what he's cooking right now.
He's cooking something.
He's cooking up a fucking response for me, mate, is what he's doing. But when he comes back from whipping it up, you know what I'm saying? We'll get his opinions on that. But I think, you know, any final thoughts there? Going once? Going twice? Move it on.
Rush.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly right. 2, the shipyard overhaul. Ladies and gentlemen, they've finally done it. We have new ships, Pog. It's shit. No, it's all right, actually. So let me just scroll my... I'm going to have RSI on my fucking index finger on my right hand with all this scrolling. God damn. So from what we can see, we have a new item in the game called Super Cola. And from how it works is you'll use Super Cola and regular cola to upgrade your ships. I believe at maximum it requires 20 Super Cola and it requires 15,000 regular cola, which is very expensive. Which is actually a lot. When you actually break it down, it's a lot. Like it's actually a lot. Like what is it? That would be how many? So what? That'd be like what? That'd be like 30 packs of the 500 cola packs in the race shop. Which is how many points? Like 1,000 Ray points or whatever, or like 5,000 Ray points. Or whatever
it's a lot. Yeah, it's like 5,000 Ray points.
So then that's like, what is that? That's 15,000. That's more. No, it's like 150,000 Ray points or 15,000 Ray points, which is like already like 30 legends to get enough cola to max out a ship. Like, if that's how you want to equate things, then sure.
I mean, yeah, we knew that when they increased the cap of cola, that they were going to do something stupid like that, and well, it is what it is.
And here it is, you know.
Yeah.
I just hope PK gives a lot of cola, man.
It's not. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not. I'm just gonna tell you right now. It's not going.
I got faith for it because like the game mode is built around Super Cola, so it's built around the ship upgrade in a sense. So I feel like that should be the heaviest focus of drops.
For how many months? For like what? 3 months?
Fair call. Yeah, fair call.
For 3 months?
Fair call. I don't know. I'm old enough to hope him there.
You're huffing it right now. You're consuming it out of wrap. You're consuming it like you're fucking Stump shorts consuming fucking 7-Eleven food, mate. They're going down like
yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I actually have a question.
Okay, hit it.
Alright, so with PKA coming out, do you guys think they're gonna stop doing Grand Voyages to focus on PKA?
Oh my god, surely not.
You know what?
They're gonna stop doing Grand Voyages to focus on PKA.
I mean,
yes.
They've only done like 4. They've only done 4 since like the shit's been introduced. So
that's actually a really good point. They have not released that many Grand Voyages since its release. It's been like a year for Grand Voyages been out. No. It's in a long time, so like
that is kind of true.
They haven't done. It's because they need to the only reason they can release Grand Voyages is when they level limit break characters. That's the only time they can do it because they need.
Well, we didn't even get any more level limit break. I think
we didn't even get a badge this time around. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But there's not a lot to say on the shipyard thing. There's like what 12 ships right now can max out.
I think it has potential. I do think it has potential. Save your
like
Super
sugar?
Cola though, guys.
Like sugar?
But like.
Yeah.
All right. Look. Pause.
Look,
I thought you weren't acknowledging that.
No. I'm bringing it back because it's funny now, so I can say it. I agree. I think because people. I think there is a question about it, so we might hold off onto it. But just as like a preliminary thing. Any opinions? Anything that people should potentially look towards maxing out now if they wanted to do so?
For the ships?
Yes.
I mean,
the only one is maybe the Going Merry that gives you the 2.25 times attack boost.
The Sunny.
The Sunny, yeah, that's the only one I can
that
think of.
one's
But that's what I mean.
stupid.
But that's what I mean by potential. Like your ship giving you your attack boost is crazy.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fucked up on a 9-turn cooldown as well. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like mostly, you should just like save it until you like actually need to use a certain ship for content.
Yeah.
Like there's no rush to do it right now. You don't really get much benefit out of doing it. And the other thing as well is that the modification stuff for ships isn't even out yet. You can only just get it to level 12. You can't even modify it. You can't add the additional effects to ships. So again, there's real no rush because some of these effects that we don't even know that these ships are going to get, like even though the Sunny gets that really cool attack boost, what if like another ship gets some broken additional effect and it's like, well, you just wasted your cola.
That's my next question. How expensive is it going to be to further modify the ships?
Oh yeah, probably a lot.
Will it take more cola? Do you use candy?
My guess would be it's going to take another 15,000 to max it out. 5,000 cola for each of the attack, HP, and recovery. Because in theory, they max out at 150. So my guess would be another 15,000 cola. So you might need 30,000 cola total. But then again, we don't know how it's going to work yet. But from what we can see, there's like a modification system that adds HP, attack, and recovery to the stats of the ship. I'm assuming it's going to work like candy. That's my assumption, at least. So we'll have to see on that one. And if all three, so attack, HP, and recovery, meet the 4 rank or better, you get a special effect gets activated. And this special effect could probably be like minusing. So from the image, it has like -1 cooldown to the ship special effect. It might be buffing the actual numbers on the ship as well. And if you continue to modify the same ship, the modification bonus gauge will fill. When this gauge is filled, the next modification will guarantee to have at least 1 4-star rank or better modification. Keep filling the gauge to get a better guaranteed modification bonus. So it seems like you should probably dedicate your resource to only maxing one ship at a time, because depending on how the modification gauge works, if I go and try to work on another ship, does the previous ship's modification gauge go back to 0? So like, you know, maybe like you can't pick if it's HP, attack, or recovery. It just randomly attributes it. That would also be my guess, because it seems like from the UI images, we can't pick how it works. And I guess that would also make sense for like the whole keep modifying the same ship, because it guarantees your 4-star modification on one of them, not your selection of them. So again, it's kind of still all up in the air, determining on how things kind of pan out. But there's another wait and see update.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Like I said, though, I think it does have like some good potential, because we have so many buffs in the game now. Bringing every character to get every buff is almost impossible. So if you can have your ship be your color affinity booster or your attack booster, that opens up a lot of doors for team building for those big high damage like Kazuna modes as well.
Yeah, 100% agree. So that's it. I think on ships, going once, going twice.
That's that.
I like the Dofi ship.
That's a good one. That one and the Mihawk ship.
There's a lot of good ones. They're all good.
X is class. It's actually really good. All right, awesome. All right, well, that's basically all of version 13.0. Final thoughts on 13.0? How do you guys feel of it as like a game update? Like, do you think it's good, bad, etc., etc.?
It's fine. It's good. I just hope that Cola does become more available once we get into the swing of things and people are actively upgrading their ships and stuff.
Yeah,
I do hope that Cola is accessible in some fashion, because people are going to run out of Cola super quick with this new 100%. Update. It's dumb. So,
brother, I don't even have 15,000.
Neither do I. I have like 7.5.
Before the update came out, I went to the race shop and I got up to over 90,000 Cola. And that cost me a lot of Ray points. Not everyone's going to have the same amount of Ray points. So people are going to run out, 100%.
The big limiting factor is also the Super Cola.
Yeah.
That's what's
I do like that that's only 20. I think, like, I was under the impression it was probably going to be 30.
But you can only purchase three per shop in the
but imagine if that was 30 per ship and you could only get 3 per shop. That would take 10 PKAs to do one ship. Yeah.
But like, what's the difference between that though? That's only 3 less. It takes you 7.
Yeah, I mean that's a big difference when you have
it's still 7 months as opposed to 10 months to max 1. Like it's
when you start doing the math, it's a big difference. It's like
it's a numbers game.
It's still not great, but like I think that's the silver lining when it comes to the expenses of.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. When it comes time for the Shark Superb, it's going to require 40. Because fuck us.
Brother, I'm a save for that shit. I'll tell you what. That's Nora.
Actually, the facts though. The Shark Superb is like the Shark Superb and the Whale Shark are the only two I give a shit about. Other than that, everything, and the Zunisha actually. Zunisha fucking go crazy, dude. Hold on. They're the ones that I actually care about. Everything else can go in the bin for all I care.
Remember when we used to wait 7 months to max a Kizuna character? Now we're waiting 7 months to max Ship.
And the cycle continues.
Some things just never change. All right. Well, moving on finally to the, oh my god, the almost 9th Annie banner, which has arguably some of the best steps we've ever seen.
Let's fucking go.
So then almost 9th Annie banner is just a bait banner. I don't know how much there is to really talk about. I think the only like cool part of it is the free multi on the 9th. That's really interesting, I suppose. But that's just kind of like a slap in the face to 30 gem multis.
But I don't know. This banner's kind of dookie.
100%. But
kind of dookie. Well, brother, the featured units are Odin, Super Tandem Kid, and Kinemon Dendro. Those guys have been on every single banner since their release.
Actually, facts though. Like they actually have been on every single banner.
Kid might be a bit of a like. No, I haven't seen too much Kid, but like Kinemon Dendro and Odin, like I can't stand Odin, man. That guy's everywhere.
I guess like if you want to get positive, which is rare for me to say, the steps are really good. Every multi besides the free, which is funny, and the 30 gem are guaranteed red. So like there is like some value to it. My concern is that the end of month banner was the exact same as normal. No changes to it, still the same. So I am really
Jack's really good, man.
Shut up.
Jack's really good.
Don't talk to me about Jack.
But he makes Verse Kaido irrelevant.
I mean, Jack is pretty good, to be honest.
We will get to it. We'll fucking get to it.
I agree.
Jack is actually really good.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He is good.
Okay, all right, fair.
You just wait till they drop a Sai Super Boss, and then you come back talking about Jack.
I won't have him though. That's the problem. So it's irrelevant to me.
Well, friend captains, bro.
We'll break down while Jack is.
No one's pulling. Well, I'm
no friends. No, we get it. No one's gonna pull for Jack, but I think if you do get him, you'll be happy to have him.
Yeah, facts.
I am concerned though that the Annie Sugo banner will be poo. Though that's my problem. With the fact that they've flexed their muscle on this almost 9th Annie banner, like what will the Annie banner actually look like is the problem now.
I'm just kind of expecting it to be like last year's.
I hope.
I'm expecting it to be the same as New Year's.
Don't say that. Let's make it better.
I don't understand why it wouldn't be anything different to what New Year's and what Todd said in the last anniversary. Like, I don't understand why it would be anything different.
Because I want it to be better.
Yeah, I think we all want it to be better. But
exactly.
Like, if they give out the same amount of gems that they gave out for New Year's and anniversary, if you are like in a late game to end game player, you will be able to get to 30 multis on a particular part.
Yeah, that's fair. Depending on how many they give out, obviously. So we'll have to.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, we all play a game of RNG. The whole game is based around.
No, man, I'm pulling everything first multi.
Well, yeah, that's fine. So at the end of the day, like within those 30 multis, you can pull a lot of good stuff.
Correct.
Here's a good question.
Here we go. He's back from the kitchen.
I am back. Do you think they're going to split up the new legends?
Yeah, 4 parts.
Weeks apart again?
Yeah, 100%.
Week, remember?
100%.
Oh, 100, yeah, definitely.
At least a couple days.
6 parts.
At least like 2 or 3 days minimum between each part. 100%.
Ouch.
Because then it like psychologically forces you to pull on every part. If you're weak, you know, like people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull on part 1. Oh, I got one of the legends. I'm gonna pull on part 2. Oh, I already pulled the part 3 legend, but I'll pull on part 3 anyway. Oh, part 4, I'll pull up. Oh, the Annie exclusive ones on part 5, I'll pull up." Like it's how they do it. It's very intelligent psychological manipulation, but like it's funny how people crack so easily. Like I crack easily. I'm like part 1, no shot. 4 minutes later, I'm 15 multis deep. Like, you know, it's like it's always the case, right? But I mean, I think I've just accepted that like I'm just gonna pull on part 1 because it's the most fun. You know, I know that's kind of like a stupid mentality to have, but I think like for my own personal enjoyment of the game, pulling on part 1 is always the most enjoyable time because everyone is active, everyone's online. you know, the streams are hype and fun, and like the potential to pull good units, and pulling the new units on part 1 is always extremely like valuable as well, because then it makes it easier to plan your strategy going into the later parts of the banner as well.
Yeah, and a lot more gems come later down the line of that month as well.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I agree. I think it's the most fun and the most hype time to be around the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
I think a lot of us come later down the month.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this guy?
What is, you need to change your name to fucking Night Out of Pocket, mate. You're not in pocket anymore, bud. You're fucking so out of pocket. Man.
I was gonna ask, do you think there's gonna be another surprise anniversary only legend like how they did with the waifus?
Yes,
yes.
100%. They've been doing
definitely.
Now it's a common thing. I mean, all the global legends were Anni legends. Zoro and Kinemon came out quite randomly on the 0.5 banner, which was kind of weird, but it was like, is what it is. And then the waifus as well. So I think it's now a staple that every major banner will have 1 to 3 Anni exclusive characters. 100%.
I think if the anniversary when they're bringing back the old anniversary characters, they're always just going to keep adding to that pool.
Yeah.
Because they can easily chuck a step on that banner that says guaranteed 1 of the anniversary exclusive characters.
Yep.
And that means you're pulling waifus when we're 27 different anniversary legends deep.
No, you're pulling Zoro because it has no value for his dupe. That's what it is. At least waifus has the final tap, and Kinemon Dendro have the final tap, and so like Luffy and fucking jabronis have actual potential abilities. Zoro just sat there, hello, like he's fucking useless, mate. All right, the final point from the update, which I forgot about until this morning, was the 5+ free-to-play Luffy, who is arguably the best character in the game right now.
Oh, he is
wild.
Something else. I'm doing a spoiler here. I'm doing a like a new player series coming into anniversary. So for people that are like looking to start the game, and getting that guy off rip is
broken.
Like,
it's fucking broken.
It is wild what you like the content that you can beat just with the Straw Hat team, the Psy Straw Hat team, and just 100%. Rotating. It's like it is absurd. All the Garbs challenges, like all of the like Rev 1, like all of that is now very achievable for newer players, which is very, very good.
So this Luffy's captain ability at level Limit Break Plus is Psy cooldown by 1, attack by 5.25, 4.5 rainbow otherwise, and boost cruise HP by 1.4, reduces despair and paralysis by 3 turns, boost XP by 1.5 unless character becomes captain of the quest. His max special is reduces cruise cooldown by a turn, changes own slot to matching, and boosts side character's attack by 2.5 for 3 turns. If you land 3 perfects, buffs attack and or buffs by 0.25 the next turn, including the boost from this special. So like, and then his super type is changes crew slots to matching and changes the attack multiplier of Psy orbs to 2.25 when they match. Right, like he's fucked.
He's so
to
strong.
get the utility though, you do need to have him limit break expanded. That was something that I did learn. So getting that for newer players, if you are starting the game, that is going to take a little bit of effort because you got to go through the Garbs challenges to get those to get that key.
Yeah.
But with like this character and with like a good friends list, hit up the Discords. You can do some wild things.
Some shenanigans with this guy.
Yeah, he's so freaking good, and the fact that he like as a free to play unit that can reach a 5.25 attack and a 2.5 or 2.75 attack.
Yeah, just
raw
flat rate
5.25. Yeah,
and then his super type as well, giving slots, and oh man, like what a good way to start off the Anni at least, you know.
Yeah,
100%.
It opens the door to a lot of potential. Like if they've done this for one free to play character, it's basically them saying that they can do this for other free to play characters. I do recognize that Luffy is a bit of an outlier, but Jinbei also got a level limit break, and that means that surely the rest of the Psy characters Straw Hats are going to get level limit break soon. Surely, yeah.
I mean, we can buy them from the shop now, so technically we can get them. So,
yeah, I feel like that's literally around the corner for anniversary as well. So that really helps even the mid game player that might be struggling with leveling up characters.
Bro, that character's better than most legends. Like,
Facts, yeah.
He's better than most legends. Like,
I would run as a mid game to late game player. I would run this guy over the new level limit break 5 Barto Cavendish 6+.
Easy. Yep. Clear.
Yeah. So, and
he's the new Germa.
He is the new Germa. Hold on. Run it back.
He's Psy.
Yep. Go on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep cooking.
He has a crew.
Okay, I mean, you could literally run Germa with this.
Now we're doing it
together. That's what you do in the tutorial.
Yeah.
You actually do that. That's
spicy. Yeah.
Speaking on that tutorial, not really though, but back to PKA, I totally forgot. They did announce from the graphic a Roger unit as well.
Yes.
Roger
Crew. That's our first free-to-play unit for PKA.
It's our first free-to-play unit for PKA will be this Roger unit. So, I mean, I don't even know if I want to ask. Any speculative thoughts?
He's gonna be good.
Okay, yeah, understandable.
He's a Roger. It's got to be good.
Yeah, they don't make bad Rogers.
Something else I didn't bring up again, I apologize, was there are Chopperman missions associated to PKA as well. So that probably will be the way we're gonna earn our
turtles,
rewards that we'd earn from turtle farming event. But again, we'll wait and see how that pans out too. Moving on. A little bit of a data download came in a couple days ago, fellas. What was in that data download? Enma gauge _charge. Enma character logo. Enma character logo max. Enma character logo normal. And so Enma level 1 character. Level 2, level 3. I don't know what it is, but does this confirm that Zolo is getting an anniversary legend?
Nah, quips are coming to OPTC.
His name is Zolo. He's just like a samurai.
And an LADY, Nami isn't shy. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know, Usopp's in that marksman thing. Sanji's cooking. What's Chopper doing? He's fucking doctoring. Yeah, let him go.
He's he's cooking some steroids.
He's cooking some stuff.
If you're a manga reader, you know.
But in all seriousness though, what are your thoughts? Are we going to get some sort of like captain ability esque or like, you know, special thing with Enma?
I'm going to bring it back to that conversation about if Rush overwrites Super Tandem and Final Tab. Like, if this is a new Zoro, you can bet your ass he's going to have Rush because he's
with Enma's going to consume his keep cooking, mate. Yeah.
But if it removes Final Tab, then like K-Dad's just dead. Like that unit is just completely dead if you can't use Final Tab. So, like I said earlier, I really hope that the Rush doesn't overwrite Final Taps and Super Tandems because it's literally just going to kill off characters.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's a really good starting point if the Rush, like you said, if the Rush does consume HP and more obviously with Zoro and their battle, I think it's a really cool starting point and it's not a Luffy. I love that. I love that it's not a Luffy.
True that.
It's interesting. I'm like reading the actual like file names. And quest _Enma level 1 character _control _flick. So there is properties of it being a swipe ability.
You know, Enma gauge.
Yeah, Enma gauge. I don't know why they spelled it Gage. Fucking A. But then there's Gage. And then there's like max. There's like max limit. 2. And there's like release. And then there's gauge up. So like. Do you guys think it's going to be something related to Sugo Rush? Do you think it's going to be related to like similarly to the Gear 4 change mechanic kind of thing?
Yes, sir.
I love that, the captain stuff. Like that's my guess would be it's going to be similar to that where it's like it consumes HP and then powers up the Enma ability. And then eventually you can like pop it and then you know you're ready to go. But with that, like, do you guys are we pretty confident or comfortable in saying that this will be a legend anniversary legend?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that it's the King Zoro and Sanji Queen thing. Over here in Japan, there's a lot of Ichiban Kuji stuff going on with that in particular.
Big collab right now. Big collab.
and Marco's, and the Marco that's coming out for the point event is the Marco that is like almost identical to the Ichiban Kuji figurine. So, so that's been super interesting. I love that you can do that at 7-Eleven over here, by the way. Just a bit of a side note. If you ever come to Japan, hit up your Ichiban Kujis at your 7-Elevens. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that we'll see Zoro, King, and Sanji Queen.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little spoiler warning for the anime people. They also usually go based off the anime, and Ifrit Jambe is supposed to happen
very soon.
The week before the anniversary. It's supposed to be 1061.
Yeah.
And then obviously they're gonna have the Conqueror Zoro thing happens like basically right after that.
Yeah.
So it would make sense if they did it because the episodes should basically be out by then.
Yep.
But they do spoil it sometimes. Like sometimes they drop shit before the anime even does it.
Yep.
So
yeah,
true.
Snake Man, what?
Sometimes they just don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes they just don't care.
Bullet.
Yeah, Bullet. Hello. Also, Uta, hello. Same thing.
Yeah.
Also, the other part of the download was the new rush ability files. So it has like rush effect tap. It has tap start, tap finish _start. Then it has the quest controller stuff, which is like probably the quest information. So like those are also really interesting files to have. Like, so it seems like there will be a finish to the rush tapping thing as well. So there will be a cap to it.
Because like they said that each additional tap is called a chain tap, and then then it has a finish tap to finish it. So just according to the graphic that was in game, it was like you tap on the character to trigger it. Then there's 2 chain taps, and then it has a finish tap. So it's like 3 additional taps.
Yeah.
Now we don't know if that's the cap or whatever.
I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be very similar to Super Tandem in the sense that like some rush abilities will have like only 2 characters, will have 4, it'll have 3, it'll have, there'll be a variety of them as well. That's it in terms of them. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
We are almost there, gentlemen. Sit tight. We have Legend Jack. Yay. He's out.
Legend Jack is not as bad as people say.
Okay, boss.
He's no. I'm with Toddy. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Like he's not. I wouldn't even put him in like the mid category. It's just bad timing.
Okay, his captain is bad. I'll admit. I don't like his captain. His captain's fucking dog shit.
All right.
Yeah, but like
no one's using him. His actual captain effect is not good. He's super tight or super class.
Yeah, I was gonna say super class. Awesome.
All right. Yeah. Legend Jack. Big mammoth. Shout out the Mammoth Boys, aka Rogers Base. Please come on the podcast. He is a driven striker, super class driven ability. His captain ability reduces special cooldown by turn, boosts int driven strike characters by 5x, HP by 1.5, makes strength int tandem slots beneficial, boosts damage against enemies inflicted with increased damage taken by 1.1, and boosts damage against enemies inflicted with poison, venom, toxic, defense down, or paralysis by 0.5. Multipliers don't stack, increased damage taken multiplier takes priority. He's special. Reduces enemy percent damage reduction, cruise bind, and cruise attack down by 6 turns. Applies a 30% driven striker resistance down to all enemies for a turn. If the crew has an attack and attack orb and chain lock active, buffs the crew's base attack by an additional plus 500, extends the chain lock by a turn, and buffs the chain by 0.25. Otherwise, he locks the chain boundary between 2.75 to 3 for 2 turns. He's super type. Applies a 2x increased damage taken to all enemies for a turn, sets all enemies' defense to 0 for a turn, and changes own slot to tandem and changes driven to super driven. He's super tandem at level 5, requires 2 of any of the Kaido Donnies, and then at max, it reduces enemy defense by 90%, ignoring all immunities, and applies a 2x driven tandem boost for a turn. He's special. Once per quest, when you use that special, boost damage dealt to enemies inflicted with increased damage taken by 0.13. That's right. Kaido, a king and queen on that one. He's part Rumble Kit. Targets enemies with high HP for defense down level 6 for 25 seconds. Targets 3 enemies with high HP for 3.3x attack. Targets slasher enemies for defense down, speed down, and attack down for level 6 for 25 seconds. Potential ability. Striker allies receive attack up, HP at level 6. Slash enemies receive attack down level 6. His GP burst is it's a conditional based upon 9 power attacks. Targets all enemies for 4k fixed damage. Rewinds slashes special CT by 30%, limit 2 times. His ability, strike allies get HP, attack, and speed at level 4. Driven allies get defense up, miss down, and recovery at level 3. In allies receive special CT at level 2, crit level up 3, and blow up level 3. And slash enemies receive defense down and special CT down level 3. Alright, go off, Kings. Why is he good? Sell me.
I was going to say, why is his captain bad? Tell me why his captain's bad.
Because it just doesn't do a lot.
It's stinky.
It's just bland. It's just a standard captain. It's not
it
good.
maxes at 5.5. Like, that's common parlance, you know? And that's only
for a regular month legend.
I mean,
yeah, but
we'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. Free to play Luffy has a better captain than this guy.
Free, you know, plus the fact that you need the increased damage taken to get the 1.1 additional. How often you pop in the increased damage taken?
I mean, it's not even just the additional multipliers. It's not even just the multipliers. It's just if you take the if we just say every captain is the same multiplier in the game, this captain sucks.
Correct.
Yeah, then I would agree. Yeah, facts.
Just it doesn't give much. It doesn't do a lot.
The thing is, you can't say like he's super class because it doesn't go through immunity.
It's still good though. I will say a 2 times damage boost is still really good.
But the problem though is that if it was like a 1.5x through immunity, so you could guarantee yourself the additional 1.1, fantastic.
Well, you can still, I mean, with a Super Tandem level 5, you can still guarantee yourself the 90%, which will give you the 1.05, right?
05, yes,
correct.
It's not as good, but like you're still then buffing yourself to a 5.25, regardless. And then with the Verse Kaido Verse effect, you've got the guaranteed going through.
Exactly.
So that's where they want you to. Well, that's what they're aiming for. I just like that this character came out not a year later, like Killer for Kid. So
right. But like the thing is, so the combo, right? You use this special of Jack. You do 30% resistance down for Striker and Driven. You get the chain boundary. You use versus Kaido. You get the slots. You get the attack. You get the slot boost. And then you can use Jack again to give 60% resistance down for Striker and Driven, which stacks together. For both Jack, who's both Striker Driven, versus Kaido is both Striker Driven. Killer is Striker Driven, I believe. And then Jack's special also buffs the chain boundary. So it's a 3.0 chain boundary, 60% Striker Driven resistance, 3.25 orb or 3 times attack boost, whatever it is with Kaido. And you can run a Queen support to add an additional 10% resistance. So all these resistances, and then you can have versus Kaido's versus effect to increase damage taken. Like just these like units together, and then like Killer is a friend captain, right, which can give you the defense down conditional boost. Jack can give you the defense down through immunity with his super tandem. You get super tandem effect to activate as well. It's an additional 2 times boost. Like these 3 units just together can do like so much damage. It is absurd. It's so
you can also do some shenanigans with Perispero with the chain boundary, and then like use the base attack boost for Perispero with Kaido.
Oh yeah, and Killer gives color affinity, and Killer gives base attack boost, doesn't he?
Oh, does he?
I think he might. And Jack buffs base attack boost.
Yeah, then there you go.
Holy.
So like, I do like the support, and I think that Ints definitely needed a character like this, because if we go back to like Super Boss Kazuna, like versing Sai is such a struggle. Like it's miles apart between the other 4 colors and the damage output you can do. And then when you have a unit like Verse Kaido, like on paper seems like disgusting with the damage output that unit should be able to provide, and it's like it's not even close. So I do agree on the sense that it's like it's bad because you do need like those 2. If you don't have those 2 other units, like it's like, well, why bother? And no one's really going to be summoning for Jack anyway, so that Super Tandem level 5 is going to be very hard to see. But like, this is a regular batch legend. He should be on part 1 of the anniversary. He's going to be on every single ticket going forward. So over time, like I can see this unit being pretty powerful. Kind of like Killer as well. Like Killer was kind of a unit that everyone sort of saw on release and was kind of like, yeah, cool, but like
Killer can do some crazy things.
All right, devil's advocate. Does his release not just get outshone entirely by the anniversary batch that's coming in like 2 weeks?
I mean, for sure, yeah.
So his
100%.
value then just diminishes.
Well, it depends on what we get, because if the anniversary is more focused on int driven again, then yeah, this character's not going to be as hyped or as. But if it's still like, even if it is still driven or striker focused, that still gives buffs to versus Kaido, like adjacently.
Right.
But it comes down. I feel like what the anniversary is going to do is that it's just going to focus on like a different team, just different things altogether. I feel like this is just a nice buff for the int-driven team, but
yeah,
I don't personally see the anniversary focusing on int-driven again. I mean, if we do get King and Queen, I expect them to probably be driven, sure, but I don't think.
I'm thinking Powerhouse.
Likely. But you're right. Well, there is a chance that Jack is just completely outshined, which is fair.
I was gonna say I think it's too big of a risk for the power creep to outscale him.
Correct.
Especially considering it's next week. So unless like you're like a crazy Jack fan, there's no reason you should bull on this.
I agree. I don't know. I just think it's a very interesting, timing for this kind of a character to release. Like, it kind of also wraps up the idea of, like, what kind of characters are probably coming out for anniversary as well. It does make a lot of sense. Like, Jack's release, if you have King and Queen, you have Zoro Sanji, like, if that's what our anniversary is based around, then, like, fantastic. But, I don't know. I just, like, I understand that, like, again, it's weird to call it the hybrid meta, because that's just what it is now. Like, you're not bringing the same captain twice for a lot of content these days anymore. But like, everything you guys are saying is music to my ears because, I have all the characters or whatever it is, right? Or a lot of people have all those, like, the pieces of the puzzle. But, like, the unfortunate thing that I've kind of noticed from this and a lot of the recent Legends is, like, you need a lot of different puzzle pieces to get the most out of these characters. And I think a lot of people do not have the capability or the potential or the required resources in order to do so.
I don't think this release is like for new to mid game players. That's what anniversary is for, right? Like this character is not made for those types of players.
But isn't that like a bit backwards in terms of like business mentality? You're releasing a product that only a subsection of your market can touch.
Yes and no, in the sense that, like, okay, all of a sudden, like I said, you have a Psy Super Boss. They don't release any int characters for anniversary, and they want you to use like these older characters for some reason. Then automatically Jack's stocks immediately go up. The character's only as good as the content that they throw at you as an endgame player, and most of those endgame players, especially the Japan player base, they're going to summon regardless. So they see that Super Boss pop off, or they see that Jack is like a necessity to rank a lot higher. You bet your ass they're going to jump straight over to that banner.
Yep.
So what do we think?
How it works.
The mentality is what? Pull on Annie if you get lucky. Go back to this banner. Do you think this? Okay, so
this banner's going to be live.
I was going to say that's what I'm saying. So if, for example, the Annie banner was not coming out, would you actually summon on this banner for this character? Like, sincerely, would you? Okay, not you. Would you tell people to summon on this banner for this character?
No, but I know people still would, and then the friend captain would be a lot more viable.
Interesting. Good. That's an interesting point of it.
But with anniversary around the corner, like the friend captain thing's kind of like real like iffy because 99.9, I lied, 100,000% people should not summon this banner.
Correct. Pyrumble Kip, anything to sneeze at? Anything to scoff of? Anything to talk about?
Grand Party Roger Killer, maybe?
Bro, this character...
That's a stretch.
This character just wants to fuck slashes. Just completely. Like, it's weird, man. It's designed, it's designed around it.
If you can pop your Jack burst at the right time, knowing that slashes are coming at you with all those half stats, like...
But I don't... Are you doing 9 power attacks before... What does Roger require? 30k damage or 50k damage or whatever?
55.
Are you doing 9 powerful attacks before you're going to get to 55,000 damage?
Not for the second one, but I think you could plan the first one, and if you know what you're coming up against in terms of, like, that front line...
I guess if the first match, if you, like, line it up well enough...
Well, with Roger, most people run slashers in the front line, and strikers are like crazy in Rumble. Like they go so hard and they destroy slashers. So there's potential there. I've got some cheeky strats with my boy Trill for Grand Party, so I'm keen to test them out.
All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, and just a side note about the batch. Black Maria Rare Recruit is kind of busted.
Fucking broken.
That unit is crazy good.
Applies poison, delay, burn, and prouse to all enemies for a turn. Changes type slots and block slots to matching. Reduces despair and prouses by 5 turns. Boosts int driven color affinity by 1.75 for a turn, and boosts their base attack by plus 800 for a turn.
It's just a lot.
So good. And then the ulti and page 1 are trash.
Yeah, they suck.
There's like weird, like reduces poison by 3 turns in her sailor ability. It's so weird. Like it's just make it completely removes. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, dude. But I don't know. That this unit could be viable for like some of the Grand Voyage stuff potentially. Might remove the need for poison sockets. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Final thoughts. Scores. Peanut Gallery.
Jack, I'm rating a 8.6.
Ooh.
7.5943.
Okay. I'll give him a solid 8. I think he's a solid 8 out of 10.
7.
And Stump rounded out.
I'm gonna give him an 8 fish cakes for the fish boy.
There you go.
Look at his
Hey man.
Hey, spoilers, man. Damn. Not really. All right. And
I was like, what?
the final point, and I know everyone's been waiting for this. 9th anniversary campaign has been released. At least the starting point of the 9th anniversary campaign. Not a lot going on. We do get free multis. 5 free multis will be available between May 6th and May 11th. I want to mention the graphic on the website indicates that Sabo, Ace, and Luffy will be available on the free multi. Putting that out there, which could be very interesting if every Legend's available on it, or like at least the Anni limited ones are available there as well. Could be really good. On top of that, on the website as well, it has like 4 multis post anniversary as well, which I thought was like interesting because I didn't actually bring it up in the campaign, but on the website, which is just a shocking website, mind you.
It's trash.
Oh, that infographic is so bad.
And they have like so it has 5 multis between the 7th and the 12th. Then it has 4 multis between the 13th and the 17th.
Yeah, so it's 10 all up, right?
And then we get one. We'll probably get one on Anni as well.
You get one on the anniversary banner for sure that has the anniversary characters on it. On the release.
I think ones the multis from the 15th, the 13th, the 17th are different to the ones from the 7th to the 12th.
Really?
Why would they be different?
The kanji that they've used to write here are different.
Is it?
Saite Yonju Ren Pun. I don't know. It's like maybe it's like better legends, or maybe it's like exclusive characters or some shit are on the banner.
Imagine if they screw up the banner artwork and like one set of these multis doesn't actually have the Anni legends on it.
Don't say that.
No.
Hey, crazy things have happened.
Don't manifest that. Yeah, fucking give me Gem Value again, mate. That's what I want.
Give me Vasco shit.
Yo!
Give me.
Vasco shit was prime OPTC.
Yeah, that is the best. That is the best type of the game.
Hold on, I'm just translating this right now because I want to fucking know what it says. Yeah, that makes sense.
You can just ask him to Reddit.
Oh yeah, it's great. That's a great idea. The Reddit where like people don't like me. Yep, I'll do that real quick. No stress.
Yeah, no problem.
So it seems like there'll be like 9 or 10 free multis all up over the period of time. Luffy's Meat Carnival. Pause. God damn. Earn stamina meats small from Choma Images. Luffy's got small meat confirmed. It's been confirmed. This also does continue to line up my initial thoughts. So this is also going to be similarly to the way we had like Frankie's event and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have it's Luffy Schmeat, so that's great. And then a boosted ship. That's all we know so far from the Anni campaign. On top of that, we have the anniversary countdown login bonus, 25 gems total plus a red ticket and grand party. Yes.
Devil's advocate again. I'm excited for Grand Party this season.
Don't talk. Not allowed. Forbidden.
You know what's kind of dumb about Grand Party though is that every season they've tried to debuff Psy, Free Spirit, or Slashes or in some way.
Yeah,
it's like they just keep dancing around the issue.
Just ban him. Just ban it.
Just debuff the good characters or buff the shit ones. Like it can't be that hard, man.
Just give the new characters that have the GP skills like really good GP abilities.
Or
like
just
ban,
have a ban list. Just have a fucking ban list. Make it annoying. Like, all right, Roger's fucking banned. Fuck you. All right, cool. I have to now use other shit. Like there's so many solutions. Fucking do it, man. All right, and then the final point we should probably talk about from the 9th Anni campaign is the Bounty Achievement Gifts 2023. We finally have the Legend pools, and oh boy, do you want B tickets? Far out, man.
I went through them last night, and yeah, that's an interesting one.
So, again, the way that it works is depending on your bounty, you're going to get a certain amount of tickets of certain amount of kinds. The A ticket will be from V1 Whitebeard to Zoro. The B ticket, The A ticket is V1 Brook to V2 Magellan. And the S ticket will be V3 Blackbeard / Moria batch to Killer and Hawkins. So, for me, like, on a personal note, the S ticket is the best because I'm missing 4 of the legends from it. So, like, Killer Hawkins, Ragaban, and Whitebeard. So I hope that I get one of them.
Dude, I'm saying a lot of people are hyping up the B tickets, but I think honestly, S ticket is still like god tier. Like to be honest,
Todd, you fucking know you're gonna pull 3 Sasakis from your fucking S tickets, mate.
I mean, probably.
You're gonna be so upset. You're like,
what I can say, what we can say is that A is the worst.
Oh, 8, bro.
Because so many people have dupes of those units already, or those units don't have level limit breaks yet, or they don't have 6+ yet. So
you know what you could do? You could just delete all the legends in the A ticket and no one would care.
Oh geez, that's kind of stiff.
I'd be happy with that.
There's only one legend I can use in A tickets.
What is it? Shankscrew? No, not Shankscrew. Definitely not Shankscrew.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember going through it last night.
Halloween Shanks, I reckon, is the one. Your favorite.
No.
Fuck Stump. We haven't said fuck Stump yet. It's been 2 hours.
I was gonna drop it right at the end because I'd noticed it probably about an hour ago, and I was like,
shitter.
I was like, this is just gonna make an easy timestamp for me.
No,
so
fuck Stump. Right now.
I'm in pocket today.
How do you guys feel about the bounty thing then?
I really don't give a fuck at this point, to be honest. I'm just done with it, bro. Like, people are complaining about it, but like, dude, I don't. We already know it's gonna be shit douche. You might get a couple that you can use, but most of these units you get, they're gonna be shit. You've already got them maxed. It doesn't matter. Everyone's complaining about nothing.
Oh, but Toadski, last year they gave us 100.
Well. Yeah, that is actually shit, to be honest.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the only thing that people should be complaining about is the number of tickets,
the quantity.
not the category.
Correct. 100%. It's the quantity. Like, the fact that bounty is so much harder to achieve, and then they're giving us less of a reward for achieving it, is a bit backwards. I know that's controversial to say, but
it is.
It's a bit backwards to kind of do that. But again, I agree with Todd. Who fucking cares? It's 20 free legends. It's either 100,000 raid points you can go spend on cola, or you can go feed them all. You know, so they see this is my mentality. I'm a solution.
That's why they didn't give 100. That's why they didn't give 100.
See, now Todd's cooking. Now he's cooking. Yeah, there we go.
Sense. I get you.
That's my boy. You know, so yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Type beat. All right. The last thing I want to talk about today, which is obviously the one that everyone cares about the most, 9th Anni predictions.
Okay, here's something before we get into predictions.
Okay.
I have a strange feeling, right?
Here you go.
I have such a strange feeling that what we get towards the end of the quote-unquote anniversary period is going to be better than the actual day, May 12th. I don't know why. I have this strange
it always
feeling.
Is, though.
I don't know what it is, man.
Hasn't the last couple, like, we had the 4 Legends that came out, then you had Ace and Sabo release, and they were better than the Anni batch. It's happened before, though. It has. 100% it has.
Well, like, last year we had, like, all the Anni units, and then we had, like, Lorne Kid, and, like, those units are pretty cracked. But, like, I wouldn't say that they're better than, like, you know, Super Tandem Luffy, Super Tandem Kaido. I mean, maybe better than Super Tandem Kaido. Oh, nah, definitely not better than Super Tandem Kaido. And you got Ace and Yamato and waifus and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling that, like, we're gonna get more than one batch of Super Sugo units in this anniversary period.
Because last time we had Luffy, Lorne Kid, and we got Ace and Sabo.
Yep.
That anniversary. And then we had Super Tandem Trio. Well, we had the Onigashima Trio, then we had Lorne Kid release. And then what was it the year before that?
What happened before the final tap? Oh, Super Types. And then you had Kid and Hawkins, which was not very exciting. I mean, Kid was exciting.
I mean, when he came out. On the global anniversary side of things, you had Luffy, Sanji, Sweet Commanders, Germa, then you had Kaido vs. Big Mom release.
Oh, true, yeah.
Which was, like, crazy. I think you might be right. I think it's gonna, but, like, so are you talking about it in the sense of how they call, like, the post anniversary celebration, or just, like, the next batch per se?
I think the, like, post Annie stuff, like just the end of anniversary or whatever it is before we go back to normal scheduled stuff. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna end it on a high. I think that there's gonna be something big at the end.
So kind of like the Luffy, the Ace Luffy Sabo release, where, like, it just kept, like, you know, they're just releasing banging units.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that they might go to Film Red again.
Really?
In June, yeah.
Is that when the Blu-ray releases? I thought it was in April.
It is June.
Okay.
The Blu-ray's out here in Japan. I've seen it, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
So, do you think they're gonna, like, the June celebration or the post Annie celebration will be like a Film Red
Redux? Yeah.
Redux. Yeah. Okay. That's actually a really good point. I didn't think of that. That's actually that's very interesting then.
I don't know. It's just something that I had brewing in my head. But as for Annie itself, I think Annie itself is still going to be really good. I hope anyway.
Oh, fingers crossed.
But the real question is, what is it gonna be?
Yeah, okay. Well, that's our prediction time. So, all right, lads. All right, Peanut Gallery and you know, everyone are like, oh my god, who was that? Someone sounded like they just died.
How do you unzip?
Excuse me?
Yeah. What?
That sounded like an unzip.
It actually was. My bad.
Yo, don't jack off.
Hey!
What?
Hey, Jack is coming out tonight. You don't have to come too.
Hey, yo!
Oh my God.
Yo!
The man is out here.
Yo! Man is spinning.
I just want to confirm that Yoshi's taking a little bit longer, so I am going to come back a little later.
No worries.
To try and catch the man himself.
We'll get further correspondence in due time.
Yeah, after predictions, I'll get.
Wait, you unzipping for Yoshi? Hold on.
That's crazy.
Nah, I was pulling out all the cards, bro.
Hey, what are you pulling out?
Showing dominance.
man really said Jack is arriving later this evening. You have to come too. That's fucking insane, man. That's fucking bars, dude. Hold on. Hey, where's the Treasure Cruise cipher at, man? It's about time we get that shit rolling, you know. All right, back to serious talk. Any predictions? What do we got? What are we vibing? What are we thinking?
We all have a fair idea as to what should be coming.
Correct.
But do you think they're going to throw any curveballs?
Odin.
Okay, well, like, how are they going to do it, right? We know that there's this Zoro gauge coming. Yep. I feel like that almost confirms that it might be a solo Zoro legend. But at the same time, something was brought to my attention that makes a lot of sense and made me think for a little bit, is if if there is a unique gauge for Zoro, usually you have to swipe down to activate it, which would mean he wouldn't have super type or super class, right?
Yes.
Unless if it's a unique gauge that doesn't activate and it's just like as you level it up during the quest, he gets stronger.
My guess is it's going to be that, but then when you look at like the actual file names, it does have like control, like it I believe it specifies. Where is it here?
It says switch.
Flick. It says control flick, flick. You know, and it has like it has release and it has gauge up. So like it does seem like there's going to be some sort of swiping mechanic to it.
Unless if like when you swipe down, like another pop up will show. It's like, what do you want to activate? Do you want to activate gauge or do you want to activate super type?
That's the thing that they should have done from day dot when they had captain actions. They should have just had captain actions and had super type. You should choose what you want to fucking use. But that's an aside.
But you know, if they have that, right? So, you know, if it's a unique gauge for Zoro and you have to swipe down to activate it, he wouldn't have super type or super class. So does that mean he's a versus unit? Well, I don't think he'll be a versus unit either, although it's very possible. But having Zoro have a unique gauge for a versus unit doesn't make sense.
But I don't know. Would Annie be cringe if it was like a solo Zoro and a solo King? Like,
well, there'll be more on top of that, I feel.
Yes. Like maybe it's like a solo Zoro, solo King, and then maybe it's a Sanji Queen combination of unit.
That would be kind of strange, though, wouldn't it? You think?
I think so. Like,
I don't know.
I think everyone's assumption was like, I'm just going to blanket Zoro, Sanji, King, Queen, right? That's everyone's current prediction,
pretty much,
you know? And then maybe a Momonosuke thrown in there in some capacity, maybe a Yamato, maybe a Kaido, maybe a Luffy. That's kind of like the pool we're kind of dealing with. I don't think we're going to get Kid Law Big Mom. I don't see that being the case, but then again,
could give us Super Revolutions for the final taps, maybe.
I think that's what they should do. They should super evolve those final taps. I agree. But if we're looking at like what we currently have, like I thought it would be really cool to do like a King Zoro, Sanji Queen versus unit kind of thing. But then again, like that's not how they make money by having versus units.
I don't think there'll be a verse unit. I think it will be standalone Zoro, standalone Sanji, and a King Queen dual unit. I don't think King and Queen. I don't think King and Queen have enough fan base to warrant a solo Legend for Anniversary. But as a dual unit, or even maybe a verse unit like Big Mom versus Kaido situation, I could see them do something like that, and then chuck in something like a Momo. Like an anniversary Momo or something.
I think Momo is a shoe-in for an Annie exclusive.
100%. Yeah, and I do think it's a really good time to super evolve Kid and Law at the back end, and then at the back end of the anniversary as your post anniversary drop a Kaido and a Big Mom. Definitely a Big Mom, maybe something else along those sort of lines as well.
He's a Smokey for what a potential Annie exclusive. What about an Otama with her dog?
I'm down.
That'd be cool for an anniversary, like anniversary, the anniversary.
Yeah, that could
exclusive.
Be one.
Or like Otama and like are they the grifters? What are they called? The gifters.
The grifters.
Same shit pretty much.
The gifters. Yeah, you think you're right.
And then they have like Speed and like those characters.
What do you think, Flame?
Speed.
Poppy, I have a question. So the only thing that was in that data mine thing was the Zoro thing, right?
It was Zoro and it was the Sugo Rush stuff. That was it.
Okay, cool. So I disagree with you guys.
Okay.
I think the curveball and the unfortunate reality that nobody's gonna want to accept is it's gonna be Zoro, Sanji. It's not gonna be King Queen, but you guys are gonna get another Luffy.
Yep.
That's probably what it's gonna be.
Okay, hold on. Because there's the campaign banner had a Kaido on it and it had a Luffy on it. Is that Luffy the free to play Luffy?
No, that's the 6+ Red Rock Luffy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what's that Kaido? Is that Kaido going to be the TM one? Because they had like the TM silhouette has like what we think is like the Kaido mouth.
It could be any Dragon Kaido, really.
Dragon.
Dragon.
Dragon is nuts on your face.
Hey, this episode is out of fucking pocket, man.
Play the unzip.
Don't play the Unzips.
But like you're right though, is like it's a very high likelihood that a Luffy could still arrive for Annie, because the only Annie that hasn't had a Luffy on it was the second Annie for Japan.
Which is so funny.
Yeah.
Every other Annie has involved a Luffy.
Yeah, I think
exactly. And he's the main character, so he sells. I was also gonna say like another like what if they would never do this, but like it would be really cool is if they dropped like an Odin Momo unit or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. An Odin Super Tandem unit would actually be kind of interesting as well.
Yeah.
Like, because we have a lot of characters that he can now attach to quite well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking that Odin might get a level limit break through this.
That's a really good point. Well. Odin and Roger could get level limit breaks. That's
I think it's too soon for Roger, but Odin should
definitely. It's so annoying that they do that though, because like that's the best way to do it. You know, first do the Super Evolution, then later do a level limit break, so they can consistently buff these characters over time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know they only do it for these Super Sugos, man. Like, do it for the rest of the units.
I agree. They could what Flame was saying is spoilers here though, so like I'm not gonna say particular stuff, but if you are an anime only watcher, they could do a Luffy, like Flame said, and then use Luffy.
That's what I was gonna say. Like a Yamato
something
style.
Else coming later, like a Yamato.
I could easily see it being like release the Luffy now, and then Yamato style it or Uta style it or whatever it is, and you have it ready for when it drops, which I believe Game Freak was mentioning, like it's meant to drop in theory relatively soon. Like, what was he saying? Like June?
Well, did you guys see the One Piece Day official celebration website?
It's littered with it, you know? It's littered with it. So
like, they basically hinted that episode will be coming out around One Piece Day.
Right. Okay.
So that would slide in quite well thematically with Treasure Cruise.
Thematically, yes, but financially, no. You know what I mean? Like, I would presume they would want to have a bespoke banner for the unit, right?
Yeah, I mean, One Piece Day.
Yeah, so just drop that banner. Drop that banner.
Like, so then that's why I kind of
be the biggest selling banner of the year by far. Like,
that's why I'm kind of against the idea of Luffy dropping on Annie, then of 6+ing into that guy, is because financially speaking, you'd want to milk as much. I guess they could drop the 6+ banner or whatever it is, but like that doesn't feel like it's because everyone will have the unit by the time that banner releases. So like, I feel like they wouldn't want to drop the unit now and then drop the 6+ on the One Piece. I feel like just saying, here's the fucking legend, you know, on One Piece Day makes the most sense financially as well. So that's why I'm like kind of thinking that we might not get a Luffy. We could still get a Luffy, but I feel getting a Luffy would just get power crept within a microsecond.
Yeah, well, you know what an easy solution to that is though for them financially. You just give him a side grade like Yamato. So now you have to pull,
say that.
Like, I'm just being realistic.
You're not wrong.
Like,
the thing is, you're not wrong, but I don't want to hear it.
And then make the banner like complete dog shit, or make it completely crap.
Well, they can still give us a Luffy on Annie if they give us like a Luffy Yamato Momo like combined unit, something like that.
Like an Annie exclusive. It was like an Annie exclusive, like Luffy Yamato Momo on like the
when they were both when like Luffy was riding back up to the rooftop and he goes Snake
that's what I think. Yeah, if they did like that as a moment, would be kind of tight. You know, like a dual unit like Luffy Momo and then Yamato or something like that, like as an Annie exclusive. That would make a lot of sense. I'd be down to clown with that.
I could see that.
I think you guys are giving Yoshi too much crap. He's pretty generous.
Okay, go on.
He's not being generous.
Unzipped pants. No, I want to hear this. Why are we giving him so much shit? Go on.
You guys don't believe in Yoshi. Yoshi, he makes a great game. You know, he manages it well. Everyone's happy. You guys are still talking about this damn game.
That's fucking true. You're so right. God damn it. I hate when he's right. It's so true. All right. Well, I don't want to keep it running for too long. All right. I'm going to just go around the table so everyone in your head have your idea of anniversary in mind. I want a specific anniversary characters, including the Annie exclusive or whatever you want, orientation you want. I'll start to give you guys some time. I am still thinking I kind of agree with Stump's initial point. I think a Zoro, Anima Legend, a Sanji, Blue Ifrit, or whatever it's called, Sugo Rush Legend, and I think Zoro will be Sugo Rush as well, and then a dual unit King and Queen, and then a Momonosuke Anni exclusive is my guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to go...
like the best guess.
We'll jump to Todd. What do you think, Todd?
I think they're going to do... Fuck it. They're going to do 5 legends. Solo each unit, and then an Annie exclusive Momo.
All right.
Yes. Solo each legend. Damn.
Go to Flame.
I think they're going to drop the Zoro. They're going to drop the Zoro to Sanji. I think they're going to drop a Luffy, but now that we were just talking about it, I can see maybe like a dual Luffy Yamato, which I hope they don't, because I feel like Yamato's been a part of like
only every since
she's been introduced into the game, she's been like in every one. So I kind of hope they don't do her again.
Yep.
But I feel like that there's going to be more than 3 legends. But that's my 3 locked in picks.
All right, Knight.
Zoro, Sanji, Momo, Yamato, Luffy.
Oh, so no King Queen. Interesting. And then Stump rounded out.
Yeah, the Zoro, Sanji, King Queen. Oh, I'm gonna lock in King Queen verse unit.
Interesting.
A anniversary Momo, and then a Kazuna Odin.
Ooh.
Kazuna Legend Odin.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think that's a really good. And then with the level limit break of Odin coming through sometime through there as well.
Interesting. There we go. All right, that's our Annie predictions. Next episode will be actually exactly on anniversary, like a day after. So I don't know how you guys want to approach that, because it'll be the second day of post Annie. No, Annie's on the 12th for us. So that's Friday.
As for Australia, it's the 12th, yeah.
So we would either record the Saturday or the Sunday. So I don't know if we want to talk about anniversary then, or we want to wait till the following app. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure out a time.
Look forward to that at some point. But from everyone's favorite section, it is in other news. Grand Voyage Arlong came out. You guys remember that?
Oh my god, what were they thinking?
That came out.
That was.
They realized, we made Local Sea Monster too easy, so now we have to give us a new version of Local Sea Monster where only one team beats at a level 5 with very specific investments. That's crazy.
Well, there is a particular strat you can use to make that team a little bit less investment, but that was still that was miles worse than Local Sea Monster. Yeah. Like even level 3 was
the lower levels of Local Sea Monsters were easy.
Yeah, like level 3 for that was still like damn, and level 4 was literally just the same team with no investment, or less investment. Sorry.
Yeah.
Awesome. New TM silhouette is out.
Oh, and as well, we need to talk about the fact that obviously, no tablet as well.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good point. That really should be a bigger point. Fuck Bandai. Jesus Christ! Like,
wait! Don't say that.
I am saying that.
Yeah, they can hear you. I'm
boy shit now.
Up front, they can hear you.
Fuck Bandai. I don't care. You know, put the speaker on right now, and I'll say it in Japanese. Like, fuck Bandai, man. That's a ridiculous move on their behalf. Like, it's uncanny. It makes no sense to me to release no tablet in that 50th mark. It makes no sense. What are they having? Like the gold tablet no longer has any value whatsoever due to the volume of legends that release with that ability. It has no value at all now. You might as well just make a regular gray Super Tandem tablet. You know, like we have so many Final Tap Legends, Super Tandem Legends. Sorry, like. What are we stopping the resources from? Because we have to pull dupes. I understand, financially speaking, but you're just mitigating players from progressing any facet of their account at all. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
it's dumb. Right. Dumb, very dumb.
What if they made tablets that were just only available for the regular legends, not just
grey ones, but then you couldn't use them on Sugos? That would be horrible. It would make sense, but I would hate it.
I still stand, like, I still agree with the whole, it makes no sense to not release one on, like, the 50 stars, whatever it is for Grand Voyage. But like, if you could like happily farm in Treasure Map grey tablets for something like Law or Kid or those types of units, and then use them like that would
they
be
should
cool.
just release grey tablets for each of the, at least for now that Sugo rushes out, by all means keep that shit as a gold tablet, cool, right? But they should, now that Final Tab's been out for what, 2-3 years now, Super 10 has been out for at least a year and a bit now, like now that they've been out for that period of time, give us grey tablets for both of those, or at least for Final Tap to start off with, and then later on for Tandem Blade. Like, it's just how you progress, you know? Like, I get it. You want to make money by having people pull dupes and blah, blah, blah. But half the time, you're not even pulling dupes from the banners. You're pulling dupes from tickets and stuff, which are coming for free. So, like, it's still a backwards mentality regardless. It makes no damn sense. All right, before I get into have an aneurysm. New TM silhouettes coming out. Potentially it's Kaido, it could be Momonosuke. It has some sort of dragon there, so like we'll wait and see. As we mentioned before, the invasions will be removed. So if you are requiring to get colored skulls, make sure you're trying to farm the invasions now. Otherwise, all the best. Red tickets are in the race shop this month. There'll be two, one at 70k, one at 50k. 50k is all legends, 70k is limited pool, I believe. And finally, interestingly enough, the Twitter SNS will no longer be available coming soon. So make sure you either get your ID and password or you connect to Facebook, because Twitter API is no longer free to access. Bandai is refusing to spend $1,500, or was it like $15,000 a month or whatever it is for the Twitter API?
It's really dumb.
So make sure you, here it is. It's $42,000 a month.
Oh my God.
So make sure you transfer that to either Facebook or get the ID and password ASAP. But from everyone's favorite section, it is the shout outs. Let's go, baby.
Ooh.
As usual, if you want to support the episodes and support the podcast itself, make sure you go down there, like, subscribe, comment as well. Stump, what is the word of the day?
Peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery in the comments. Why is it always with a P? Last time was potato. Last time was something else. Now it was bunny, potato chip. Potato chip. And now it's peanut gallery. Peanut gallery in the description down below if you made it this far. We do greatly appreciate it. But, you know, if you want to financially support the show, you can hit the join button, different tiers. You get the episodes early. You get your names read out as well. Super fun, super great. Priority questions, all that great stuff. With that being said, though, thank you to our GGP producers of The Lord Shearer and Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Brian Keys and McDermott, our great members of Cody, CS Wins, My Drunken Monkey, and Kentucky Bonji, and our 5 good members of Rioan, aka Ryan O'Leary, Stump, aka Fuck That Guy, Red Halo, Dr. Erection, and Wankerfella. Pause on that one, but thank you guys for the continued support. We greatly appreciate it. And then, Knight, your time to shine.
Oh, yeah. I'm rushing. It's the Q&A.
It's the Q&A. We're Sugo rushing into the Q&A. As per usual, if you have any questions, send them through to us at GGP Podcast on Twitter or via our YouTube community tab. First question comes in from @stressed_bagel. They ask, how have you guys been doing? I left the game last year during part 9 billion of the Red celebration and was wondering if I should get back into it or I should just spend my time on another hobby. Thoughts,
spend your time on another hobby.
All right, not Flame said it there. All right, next question. Great. Moving on.
No, on a real note though, like if you've already taken the step to kind of disassociate yourself from like One Piece Treasure Cruise, because it's a very taxing hobby, like it's very investing. If you got yourself out of it, especially if you're someone that's like that was spending money that may got like a bit of it like of an addiction to it, I definitely would not recommend going back into that. Even like if it sounds interesting or if you're excited to see some of like the cool characters, I think it's better to just like look upon like from like YouTube videos or like friends and stuff.
Yeah, it's a very astute response, sir. Love that.
Yeah, anyway.
Next question from Jason LVEL. Jason level? I don't know. Do you think would be a viable option to implement a card game like Final Fantasy VIII within Treasure Cruise?
No.
Nah.
All right. Great. Flying through these fellas. Next question from @WhoStopsWill. They ask, if you lived in the One Piece world, what island would you want to live on, and which one would you like to just explore / visit? All islands are open, including Sky Island and Yonko territories. Thank you guys for the great content.
Amazon Lily.
Oh shit!
Hey, we're all pulling up. I'm getting my mushroom tugged. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god! Get the unzip.
Yes, sir.
I'd probably want to live in Logtown.
Yeah, something like peaceful Sphinx or whatever it is.
Yeah, something peaceful. Yeah,
something cozy, something protected, something like
that. Marine Fort.
Marine Fort. I want to live on Marine Fort.
I was gonna say Water 7 initially, but then I remembered it's sinking, so probably not.
Yeah, not great.
Flame, where do you want to go, mate?
I think Fishman Island would be pretty cool.
Fishman Island.
If I can breathe. I can breathe.
Fair enough.
And as far as visiting, because I think that's the better option, Amazon Lily.
Hey yo, let's go.
I'd visit Water 7.
Yes, 100%. Stump, where you going, boss?
I live in Elbath, and
nice.
I'd probably like to visit the Fishman Island.
I mean, to be fair, you are built like the fucking Giants, mate. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Sir. Well, I'm protected by my boy Shanks, so I'm down.
Nah, he's killing you, mate. He's pulling up on you as well.
Hey yo, yo,
he's pulling up on you, mate.
You might share a similar fate to someone.
To someone in particular, to a certain cohort of individuals. All right. Next question from Alex Wisniewski.
What about you? Wait. What about you?
Me, I'm pulling up with Night that fucking Amazon Lily, baby. We're living there. You know,
yes, sir.
And in charge.
You're gonna die.
No, I'm not. I'll fight him. I don't care. Equal rights and that.
2023, you ain't assuming my gender.
Yes, sir.
It's 2023. You assuming I'm a man? just because I got a mushroom down there, doesn't mean I'm no man, boss. You know what I'm saying?
This fucking guy.
He's a mush room.
Hey,
I ain't got much room for these people in my life. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Oh my god.
Moving on.
Moving on. Now he wants to move on. Alex Wisniewski, he asked, "What
he ain't got no stump down there."
Hey yo!
I'm dead.
Man, pulling up with fucking tree trunks at us. You know what I'm saying, bro? You got branches coming out of it and everything. All right, next question. Jesus. Alex Wisniewski. What would you say your breaking point would be for OPTC where it would cause you to stop playing?
I think anniversary is going to be a big make or break for a lot of people.
I think I already said it to you guys, but it is for me, without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. Annie, 100%. Annie and 100 eps of the podcast. Those are my 2 breaking points. I really want to get to 100 eps of the podcast, and then after that, I'm more than happy to quit Treasure Cruise easily.
I was gonna say me and Knight already hit it.
Yeah, exactly. If they do something sketchy with like rates or gem packs
they
or
start
prices, something like that, that would piss me off big time.
Yeah. Ray, you Stump?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, I think the gem pack one would probably be the breaking point for me, but I don't know what the value of that would be.
Like just increasing the price exorbitantly.
Yeah, increasing the price exorbitantly and then removing like the sales, like the way like don't get me wrong, the sales aren't great, but like say they just completely remove sales.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like if they completely remove them in general, that would probably be a pretty close breaking point for me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll give like a general answer for like how I feel about gacha games. I don't really care about like the gem packs and whatever. Like that's whatever. I don't like the influx of additional characters that they add into the game where I feel like I need to pull like every week or every 2 weeks. Like that's really annoying. Like if I'm like gonna buy and pull like every so often, like that's one thing, but like if I'm like being forced to pull like every 2 weeks, like dropping like $500, like that's crazy.
I do have an answer. If like a pullable equipment system came.
Oh yeah, I'd be out.
Oh, that would be lame.
Yeah, that's what kind of broke me on like that 7 Deadly Sins game and stuff like that. So
Yeah, if it was like a cosmetic system or like a equipment system.
Yeah, cosmetics is fine. Fuck it, whatever you want.
Well, but if you had to summon for them, like they weren't available in the game.
That's cringe. That's so cringe. No way.
Like you'd have free to play versions, of course, but like if they made them, like exclusive and summonable, like that would be my
on the cosmetics.
You don't want to pull for Shank's straw hat?
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Like I mean, that would be like that'd be a cool concept, but yeah, no, too much.
I want to mention as well something that I didn't bring up during the version 13
items?
shit is the feather item as well.
The feather item, I was gonna bring it up at the end of this quick.
There's a new fucking art system that's coming in. Fucking whoop de fucking do. Who gives a shit? Like, whatever.
Is that confirmed? That's what that is.
Yeah, I think it mentioned
additional
ink
effects.
Yeah, additional effect or whatever the hell it said in that graphic.
I was thinking about like just that in general and like how they can potentially use it. So like, I don't know what they can do with this additional ink effect, but I was just thinking like, what if they did like a Luffy and Shanks dual unit for Film Red? And then like this additional ink effect is like they tease that in the artwork with the ink effect.
Okay.
Like that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know why they'd even bring this up. Like no one asked for
illustration features. Like that's what we're fucking racing.
You can change the color of the aura or whatever.
Yeah, like that's what we're fucking wasting fucking resources on. Is just bullshit. Like fuck off. Like
nobody
go fix fix the servers. Your servers are still shit. Like to spend the money on the fucking servers, you jabroni. Don't get me started, mate. I've been at work. I've been fucking dealing with server problems for the last 3 weeks. I want to kill myself. Fun. So it's all love.
Don't do it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
Thanks, yo. I appreciate that. That's nice shit. That's the nicest shit anyone said to me in a fucking long time.
I think that's the nicest thing I've ever heard Knight say.
That's facts.
What? That's crazy.
He just said, "Don't do it."
Brother, you talk to this guy on a fortnightly basis. Tell me I'm wrong.
Knight is always in pocket, mate. In my eyes.
Nah, that's a good guy.
Let's go.
But I think I wanted to mention like on Flame's note though. I think the Trojan Cruise kind of does that. Like they have this really constant flow of characters coming out very consistently. However, I think the community has done at least a decent enough job to be able to like distinguish good and bad and like kind of having value and not pulling on any. Like, I don't think I put on an end of month banner for at least a year and a half, if not 2 years, And I think that like, and I've done fine. Obviously I pull a lot on the big celebrations, but I think that like, that kind of aligns to what you mentioned. Like if I'm like spending a bit of money here and there on big celebrations and big banners, then I'm fine with it. But I think my breaking point would be like, if they were releasing a Super Sugo Fest every month, which kind of is what they're doing, like, but like, if they will though, it will come to a point where they will release one every month. Or if they were like doing a end of month with 3 legends, plus a TM legend, plus a PvP legend, plus a Kazuna legend, plus a PKA legend or whatever it is every single month, then I'd be like, all right, we're getting a bit fucking absurd here. But so I think the Treasure Cruise community has done a pretty good job in like distinguishing value of units pretty early on. And like obviously like you get it right and wrong at times, but for the most part, Treasure Cruise doesn't need you to pull on every banner every time, no matter what. So, they've done a pretty good job in balancing in that regard. All right. Next question from @obsidian_steed_. He says, you're out with your waifu and whoop slaps her ass, your girl's ass. So what do?
Man.
What?
I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
I'll kill myself. At that time, I'd do it. Bro,
that man's glass is gonna break.
The whoop slap touching my girl's ass, bro. He can have her. That's not a girl for me. You know what I'm saying? All right, next question.
Freaking whip slap.
Next question. Whoop slap pulling up, bro.
Whoop slap legend win.
Hey, hold
He's
on.
the Anni.
He's the Anni exclusive.
Is the Anni. Yeah, well, we actually got our first version of Whip Slap
exactly.
in that unit.
So people didn't even know who he was. That's the best part about it.
Everything's on the up.
Well, hold on. All right, next question from Wankerfella. Pause. Unzips pants. Anyway, riddle me this. Riddle me this. What do you guys call an apex bird predator that only eats herbs?
Oh, this guy.
Oh god.
Hazel Hawkins. All right, thanks, thanks, bud. On a more serious
With that,
note,
we're gonna wrap up the podcast.
Yeah,
Thanks
and that's it.
guys.
The podcast is actually ending. This is the last episode ever. On a more serious note, which ships do you think you'll be upgrading to level 12 first? And what would you guys like to see added on ships in the future? Bind to spare, remove extra drops, or what if there were special bonuses for certain conditions? Like if you had a white beard on your crew and you're using the Moby Dick. Cheers. I think kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think the general consensus should be don't upgrade any ship, period. Like, you know, for a long time. My only issue is that, like, if you're at max cola, which not a lot of people will be, you might have to start just upgrading ships. If that's the case, what do you guys think would be the first one from the current batch that you would upgrade?
One that gives the 2.5 attack.
Yeah, I think the Sunny would probably be the most comfortable ship to upgrade first.
I kind of like the dinghy as well. Surprisingly,
I love it. The dinghy one's really good.
Dinghy's actually really good.
1.65, easier perfect, 1.5 HP.
And the Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. So Game Freak was mentioning that the Rocket Man actually gets worse.
Oh no, that's because people like to do their zombie shit. Like no one cares about zombies.
Yeah, just use the Kuja ship if you're gonna zombie.
It's dumb. Like the only reason why people are saying that is because like you can't do your zombie shit because the current version of the ship, like if you don't run Powerhouse, it reduces your HP by like a shitload. But like with the buff, they remove that. So you can't like run those weird zombie teams. And that's the only reason why people are saying that, really.
Right. The piece of Spaddle, the ace ship is pretty good.
Yeah.
Spadil is pretty good.
Oh, the Dofi ship is nice.
Dofi ship's nice.
Yeah, I like the Dofi ship. I think the Dofi ship's the one that I would do if I had to pick one.
The special is now a 1.0 chain boost.
That's fucked.
If you've already got one, you buff it by 0.2.
That's fucked. Actually. That's actually really good.
If you run Superclass Dofi, he's a chain booster, so...
Yeah.
That's really good, actually. Hold on. Run it back. Hold on.
It's a 1.8 times attack boost, isn't it?
Yeah, 1.8, 1.5. Easier perfects.
Yeah, it's for driven only, but like...
I would say Dofi ship, 1000 Sunny is also really good. Yeah, there's a lot of good
I don't know the maths around it, but the Alvita ship is interesting, but I don't know how the math works out
boost
for that
strikers
ship.
by 1.5, boost the chance of landing on matching slots, reduces damage taken, and reduces the character's base attack by 600.
Yeah, so it's a 600 base attack to all your strikers, and a 1.5 attack boost. So I don't know.
600 base attack would be roughly like a 25% increase. Because a lot of characters would have like the between 2,000 to 2,500 attack. So 600 would be around like... Actually, no, that wouldn't have that much attack. That's a high, actually. That's probably about like a 30%
I heard it's
increase.
like better for like if you have a like more low end team that's kind of like Giga level, a little bit break and shit.
Yeah,
so I just think if you've got a character with like 2,500 attack, you go to 3,100.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a big jump, you know.
Yeah, or if you got like a unit completely maxed out, that's like what 3k to 3.1, 3.2.
Yeah,
and then you go up to like 3.8. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Yeah, I think so. The general consensus is just don't spend anything unless you're just in a really weird position where you have max cola. Then maybe you should think about spending stuff. But I guess take it with a grain of salt. And I think everyone's kind of waiting for Shark Superb, Zunisha, the Whale Shark, like that kind of stuff. They're the ones that would be like
Jackson.
Or a Jackson, yep.
Oh yeah.
Or the Ho ship.
Oh yeah, Ho would go hard as well.
That one's probably a big one that a lot of
the Ho
XP
goes hard.
Hey, pull unzips. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, don't pause on that one.
See, I was gonna call this. Part of me was gonna call this episode Almost Ninth Annie, but now I want to call it Unzips Pants. Like, you know what I mean? We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Unzips for Bando. I do like the idea of for utility in ships, and then if, for example, you use the Moby Dick with like three Whitebeard pirates.
Yep.
Then increases the utility by 2. But I don't know how much work that is. But
I
like
think
that
would be
would
cool
be kind of fun.
because that would also kind of like not force your hand, but kind of provide you another opportunity, to like use different characters and also different ships at the same time.
Yep.
Like, you know, like there's definitely like I think that'd be really neat to do that. So I think like the ship upgrading system is cool. It's just expensive. That's about it, you know. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see. Next question from N.E. They ask, what are your favorite units to use? Not the strongest, just the most enjoyable. Love the podcast. Everyone's favorite units to use right now. What do you got?
I recently did a showcase for V1 Katakuri, the strength one.
Yep.
With his level limit break. That unit is fucking good. Holy shit, that unit is amazing. Like, you think that, the 6+ version is better, but no, the strength one is actually better.
The level limit break for the 6-star one was fucking crazy. It was really good.
And one unit I haven't tried yet, but I want to really try is both versions of Lucy with the level limit break.
Yep.
He seems really good on paper, but
currently the strength one's really good. Yeah. I've used the strength one. He's really, really fun.
Yeah, they seem really good. So those units are fun.
What about you, Stumpy?
I was having to think about it. The unit I use the most like, and I try and build around is Marco. I really like Marco's design. I just don't like the fact you have to run fighters.
Mm-hmm.
But the most fun unit for me is the Gear Change Tank Man. His level limit break is just
he's really good.
Good. Like he makes stalling and like taking your time in content actually fun.
Mm-hmm.
So which is so strange for my mentality because I'm always about like how fast am I going to clear this content?
Mm-hmm.
How fast can I get it done? But with Luffy, he's just such an interesting character in terms of building up the gear charges, changing between even gear 2 to gear 3. It's really cool. Plus, his special is really good as captain. He does so much: defense up removal, attack down removal, bind removal, attack boost, 3 perfects into an orb boost. Gives matching orbs, damage reduction, and yeah.
Nice. I think for myself right now, I actually really like the Quick Sabo Super Tandem unit.
Okay.
Oh, the one that came out for Anni?
Yeah. I love
the auto proc.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's really cool. I like used it. What did I use it for that was really good? I think I used it in TM.
Use it in Treasure Map. I remember watching a stream being like, that's a good strat.
I used it in TM for the invasion, I think it was, to get around like the special bind and then like something else, which was really neat. And I just really like his kit overall. I think he's a very solid, strong unit overall. I've had a lot of fun with the auto procking stuff and trying to get that like to work as well.
The anniversary Luffy actually is really good as well as a sub. I've been using him a lot as a sub.
All right. Next question. Bearpaw317, they ask, if that guy doesn't come for this anniversary, does it make sense for them to wait until another Super Sugo Fest, e.g. August/New Year's, or with the anime snail pace in November is the month, would they make it an Anni exclusive unit? Do any of you still plan to boycott pools until that guy?
Well, firstly, I think it's gonna be before November, definitely.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
It's probably gonna be July or August.
Like, people don't realize how like we're actually really close to it.
Very
I think so. Like, that was chapter 1044, I think, where it came out. And I think in terms of manga chapters in the episode, we're at like 1033 or 1032 something. So like we're super close.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can easily just drop that unit like they did with Yamato on the release of the episode. Doesn't matter what the date is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the time is. And just keep going about their regular business and just make this just like an outlier, and it'll flourish. Plus, that guy hasn't even been like that guy's not even spoiled over here in Japan. Like, I've been to multiple jump stores across the whole of the main island. I've been to the Mugiwara store in Tokyo, and there's only one item that I've seen with that guy.
You already know when it drops, there's gonna be merchandise fucking everywhere. It'll be on billboards and shit. Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
100%. But like that's how even like how under wraps that guy is in Japan. So for like anime only watchers, they're still very respectful of that. I mean,
they're on the
as soon as that guy.
They're on the volume covers and stuff.
Yeah, which is ridiculous when you think about it, right? But I mean, it makes sense. It has to.
Well, that's the thing. I picked up a from 7-Eleven actually a volume cover that has that guy on it. And I thought that was kind of odd that was sort of floating around when I literally haven't seen. And that's the one item where that guy is sort of on the front.
That makes sense though, because it's part of the story. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think unfortunately when it's gonna get spoiled, and it's gonna be pretty soon, is when they drop the new opening.
Yeah.
They're really crazy with those openings.
Because from again what Game Freak said, because he's our source of truth, he said that we're currently 12 chapters away. This was like last week, and at normal One Piece anime pace, and that would be 16 weeks at the current point in time. So you're looking 4 months from now, which would actually line up to him releasing on Half Annie, right? Give or take.
No, Half Annie is November.
Okay, so a bit away from Half Annie then. I don't know. We'll see. Could be One Piece Day. Could not. Who knows? You know, so we'll just have to...
Maybe they just speed it up and just say, fuck it. Let's just speed it up so it lines in with One Piece Day.
Exactly right, though. You know, so you genuinely don't know.
Or they could potentially change the timeline of events in the chapters. But that is the thing. They have to get through... I guess this is kind of spoiler territory, but they have to... It's not really. They have to get through... Sanji versus Queen, King versus Zoro, Luffy. No, sorry. Zoro and what is it? Kid and Law versus Big Mom. Yeah, and then they get to that.
Yeah, so it's still like a bit of show to go,
right?
You know, so
right. But the thing is though, is where they're at in the manga right now. All of the chapters are basically like just combat. Like they're really fast paced. These chapters.
Right. Okay.
So but the anime, but you know, the anime is cancerous. They're gonna drop random flashbacks.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes, man. All right. Next question from Kataki Bonji. They ask, "Hello, my OPTC Nakama and the GOAT content creator, Central Captain Puppy. How are you guys doing today? I wanted to thank you all for your content. It brought a lot of positivity to my life, and for that, I thank you a lot. Now, I got inspired by some fellow GGP members and came up with this question. Choose a devil fruit of your choice, and then choose one other person that is present to team up with and predict if you can win against Sengoku and Brook in I think this is in a Davy back fight, where round 1 is a fight, round 2 is building a miniature Eiffel Tower, and round 3 is an AFL match. Best of the 2 rounds is the winner." All right. The 5 of us, we're in a team. We can pick a devil fruit, and we have to go. I'm gonna simplify it. The 5 of us have to verse Sengoku and Brook, but only one of us can have a devil fruit. I'm gonna make it interesting.
Only one of us can.
Who gets the devil fruit, and what is it?
I'm just thinking, like, I feel like kids' devil fruit is actually really useful here. Because that allows you to build the Eiffel Tower very easily.
Oh shit! Let's go.
And then
I thought you took away that. Like,
no, bring it back. It's a great idea. This is a really good idea.
And then when you're playing AFL, you can use kids' devil fruit to move the goalposts.
Oh shit! Done.
It's done.
It's actually over. It's actually over. Fuck me, it's over. All right, great response, bud. That's perfect.
Yeah, well done.
Man unzipped his fucking brain, mate. And
he can have the devil fruit too. There you go.
Yeah, done. Told the GOAT for real. Excellent question. I like it.
Easy. GG.
All right, second to last question from Dr. Erection. He asks, "Is it only me, or does the new Rush tap seem really uninteresting? I personally just want them to buff up the content they currently have rather than distract us with a shiny new way to play the game. What are your thoughts?"
Not a bad take.
Good take. I think it is a bit uninteresting. I guess it just all depends on how it works. Does it have a cap? Can I just keep tapping as long as I have HP? What is like the power creep of it? Can I combo it with tandem and final tap? Like, there's all these like bits and bobs that we need to figure out before I think any of us can have a really like nuanced opinion of what it is.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, but saying it doesn't seem very interesting, and I kind of agree. But it really comes down to how it's implemented. Like, what does it actually do? What effects do you get out of it?
Yeah,
and also what characters are they going to implement these things on? Like, not only is like what the effect does, but the unit itself also has to be good.
Yes.
So I don't know. There's just lots of questions. We just don't have a lot of info right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, we'll wait and see. Annie will reveal all as per usual. All right, and then the final question, as per usual, from Cody, CS Wins. Hey, gents, as always, thank you for the work that you do. Unfortunately, having not played the game for nearly 9 months now, I don't have much interest in the anniversary. Nonetheless, I hope all your pools are full of reds and new legends. Thank you very much. If you have to choose your absolute favorite IP that isn't One Piece, what would you choose? Personally, I'm torn between Dragon Ball and A Song of Ice and Fire. What are your favorite IPs other than One Piece?
Mine's Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pokemon's clear.
That's the thing.
If it's not One Piece, it's Pokemon, and it tosses and turns between the two. So, it's not even close for me for anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there though. I mean, you got Naruto is pretty good. I mean, Boruto kind of trash.
Ooh.
Okay, buddy.
No, okay, yeah. Hunter, I'm around, but like, yeah, in terms of the closeness, like the
JGK kind of hits.
Yeah, fair. Keep
Attack on Titan.
Keep cooking.
Oh yeah, AOT is pretty banging.
Started.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Flame just pulls out a giant list of like 100 different series.
I personally prefer Hunter to One Piece, so I'll just go with that.
I saw a lot of people have that take recently.
What's up?
I mean, it's not it's not a bad take, honestly. Like Hunter is pretty good. I wish it was just
He just doesn't fucking write it.
Yeah, it needs to be
Hey man, he's doing his best, man.
He's trying.
Bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. Write that shit.
Hey, that's disrespectful.
Hey, yo.
If you're ever lazy again, by God help me, I'm fucking pulling up on
Could you imagine if Togashi had like the same work ethic as Oda? Bro, Hunter like clears
everything. He'd be dead.
Bro, like,
dead.
Bro, I wouldn't be saying that shit, but bro, my man chilling playing Dragon Quest.
Hey, let him live, man. He's having fun. He's living life, bro. He made his money.
Bro.
Fuck you, is what he said. He made his money.
Bro, don't make me start dropping them panels, bro. Them shaded in trees.
don't do that again. I remember that happened. You guys explained to me how shit the
don't make me drop them shits.
Hey, man, he's just trying to have fun, man. Same as you, same as me, same as everyone. You know, he's living his life the way he knows how. You can respectfully hold that. All right. And for a foodie question, if you had to pick one style / flavor of cake, what would you choose? Personally, I'm a big ice cream cake kind of guy.
Ooh,
kind of cake, kind of gut door you guys bringing in.
Frodo Frog was ice cream cake.
Oh, they don't know about that though, Stump. That's
yeah, but two of you do, and you know
that's the best, bro.
It's so good.
My sister asks for that every year for her birthday, and her birthday's on New Year's Eve, so you have to always fucking get there early, get your shit, and fucking get out before the rush begins. But that's the best cake. That Frodo Frog ice cream cake is class.
Yep.
I like a solid caramel mud cake, you know? Bang.
Oh, caramel mud and normal mud cake. Like they do such a good job. They're so good.
Yes.
Red velvet cake is super good.
Yes,
underrated.
Sir.
Yeah.
Clears.
It has to be done well though. I think red velvet can be poo at the same time. For me, I've had a lot of bad red velvet.
Yeah, I agree.
That's facts.
I had a lot of good red velvet too, though. But a cake I had literally yesterday, though, I had a strawberry cheesecake from
the Japanese style cheesecakes. Them fucking shits are real.
Yes, sir.
And Bob's in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
That was $11 a slice.
Yep.
Jesus.
What was it?
It was fire.
When my friends and I went to Melbourne like recently, we went to like a cheesecake shop at, like in the CBD. That shit was expensive as fuck, but like all four of us were just sat in the middle of like the park and just fucking eating a cheesecake out of the box.
Yeah.
And that shit banged so hard, man. Oh my days, bro. That shit was juicy. Much love, as always, fellas. Your boy Cody in Canada. P.S. We're into the 6-week countdown to becoming parents, so there may be a missed week of questions. If that does happen, I apologize in advance. My brother in Christ, do not apologize.
Hey, man. Take it easy out there.
Big congratulations.
This man actually got a girlfriend. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy.
Wife, not girlfriend.
That's even crazier. You talking to women? Not on my watch.
Downgraded his wife.
He's gonna have a baby Cody in Canada.
Hey,
yes, sir.
He's gonna have, and that kid's gonna grow up to play One Piece Treasure Cruise 2. That's crazy. Oh, that bombshell. That's what we're wrapping up today's episode. Like we said, we will keep everyone posted in regards to what we end up deciding to do for the 9th anniversary stuff. But before that, I'm going to pass the mic over to Stump. Stump, speak your shit. Here's your time in the spotlight. Do your thing.
Spotlight? Cool.
Yes.
Japan's been fun. We'll be home soon. Content incoming. New player series. So look forward to that, I guess. And as always, thank you for having me, gents.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Thank you for for people that are still questioning if Stump made it inside the Benner headquarters, he didn't.
No, I did not.
I got correspondence.
I got strange looks when Pappy started saying fuck Bandai Japanese.
he actually got chased down by security. He's hiding in a well as we speak, waiting to walk away. So, best wishes to him. But
I also found out that the mascot was a Tamagotchi, but sorry, by the way.
It's a Tamagotchi. No, that's even worse then.
Sorry.
Cringe.
My bad. Yes, I'm currently hiding underneath the Tamagotchi.
Yes, as we speak. So all the best to him.
It says made in China on the bottom though. So
hey, that's crazy. That's crazy.
A scam, actual scam.
Fraud country.
Fraud country. But as per usual, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the join button, and then also make sure you comment Peanut Gallery if you made it this far. If you enjoyed everything, go to the description, go to the link tree link, that is linktr.ee/perfect. Find all of our social media platforms, that being Twitter @GV Podcast. You can also find us on anchor.fm/perfect, and all the audio platforms, and that one's being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. If you enjoyed us as hosts, make sure you continue down the description there. You have all of our social media links. Look forward to 9th Anni's streams and content and all that kind of stuff from everyone there. And also while you're down there, go to Stump's social media links. They'll be there as well, and show some love and, send some support that way. But with that being said, gentlemen, I've been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, Todd, and Stump. Thank you for listening to that episode. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.